Let's go, chat. Welcome back to day 101. Here are the goals for the day. Let's go. All right, guys. We're in warp. We got a bunch of agents running. And today we're going to be working on agent orchestration. This is where one agent orchestrates with another agent, and we act as the operator in control of the interaction. All right, let me get the music turned down and get on something chill, and we'll get started. But welcome back, guys. Day 101. Just crossed the $2,000 revenue milestone. This is just the beginning. We're only getting started, but it is a milestone. So, all right, let me get bridge music on here, and we'll get started. Also, let me pull up the chat, see what everybody's up to. But yeah, let's get the bridge music on. Here it is. Let's do ambient. Dang. All right, let me turn this down a little bit. Okay. All right, what's up, guys? What's up, chat? Let me pull up chat real quick. Also, I'm gonna let everybody know that we are live. But let's get into it, guys. What's up? How's it going? Give me 1 second. I'm pull up chat. All right, I'm back. All right, Super Combo Gamer, what's up? He was first. NS, what's up? The Mita, what's up? Nebula, what's up, man? Yeah, this app is really special. Let me get the glasses off, though. What's up, guys? How's it going? Synthetic, what's up? Prank Invasion today, yeah. Yeah, 2K revenue isn't bad. Not bad. All right, well, let me pull up chat. I'm gonna drop everything in the Discord. But what's up, guys? Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. All right. Just drop it in the chat. Okay, so something that is definitely needs to be worked on today is, just like, let's talk a little bit about the goals today. So, we have up here day 101 goals. A very interesting goal that we're going to be working on today is this agent orchestration workflow. And if you guys saw the 10-hour day 100 stream, what you'll have seen is that we were actually getting the agents to orchestrate with one another. I've never done this before, but with the release of GPT 5.2, what I was doing is I was working with if I was working inside of Warp, and what's really cool about Warp is it is much, much better than the terminal workflow. So as you guys know, I've been working in terminals for a long time. I do really like CLIs, okay? But what I found is that with Warp, we can quickly create very powerful agentic workspaces. The way I see it is that it's almost like just a better IDE for agentic orchestration, okay? So you can see here, I just set up, six different workspaces, and now I can launch Codex in one if we want to use a slow, goofy GPT 5.2 agent, and then I can launch Claude in another. I can launch Claude here. I can launch, another Codex one here. I can launch. Looks like this needs to be updated. Oh wow! So Codex just needs to be updated. I wonder if there's anything new. Z3, what's up, man? Madi Jr., what's up? NGO, what's up? How's it going? Yep, we made it to 2K. A little bit of a milestone. But this is just the beginning, guys. Remember, it's like, hey, when you're doing something like this, and this is, I also want to talk about this, is have vision, right? It's very important that with whatever you're doing, you guys know what I'm working on, but I know that all of you guys, or most of you, are working on your own projects, your own missions. And the one thing that I'll say that I just want to share today is the phrase of the day is to have vision, because at the end of the day, you can have a vision, and if you hold it clearly in your mind and you truly believe in it, you can accomplish it. So remember that. That's the phrase of today. How much is Warp? NS just asked. Also, what's up, NS? How's it going? So Warp is literally free. So if you have like Claude or Codex, Warp is free. Like, I'm not paying for Warp. I'm basically just using it as like a UI to handle my agents, if that makes sense. Also, I want to see what was the update yesterday? So there's 5.2, and there's still just these low, medium, high, and extra high. So that's interesting. Okay, Super Combo, can you share that? He said that artificial analysis.ai 5.2 just came out on the benchmarks. Okay, yeah, would you share that? But something, if you guys saw my last video, is that I was working with GPT 5.2. I had to take yesterday off. As you guys know, I was finishing up my last day at Purdue. I only had like one class left, but the professor was basically just letting me like pass it, which was cool of him. But I had to like go take the exam. So there's a couple things that we're working on, and I'm just going to kind of break it down, like back to the goals. So we're going to be working on, like, one of our goals today is to literally polish up this agent orchestration workflow that we were working on in day 100. So that what that was is I had a prompt. I'm going to have to find it. But I was getting these agents to actually interact with one another, where one agent would do work, or it would do like an in-depth analysis, right? And then another agent would be able to, it would message another agent. You would copy and paste that into the other agent, and then it would be able to review what the other agent was doing, implement the tasks or the code, and then write back to the other agent that was like the managing agent. And then obviously you act as the orchestrator. So, this is just random. I'm not going to hype it up, but it was something that was getting us good results on day 100. So we'll take a look at it. Also, big shout out to Linux Thing. How's it going, man? It's good to see you. So the project's already released. It's already generating revenue. It's over $500 a month in MRR now. $2,000 in revenue total across the past 101 days. Just the beginning. But let me do a couple things on my end to actually get the stream started. So one thing that I want to show you guys is we actually have some really, really good updates and things to work on today, and I'm really excited to work on them. So one of them is the AI clipping agent. So there is an update that we pushed this morning. The BridgeMind Super Team, we pushed an update, and we're going to be testing it on stream. But this clipping agent is as good as Opus Clip, and like if we just play one of these clips,
how far GPT
it's amazing.
5.2
And we've only
is.
done this in like 2 weeks, right? I mean, when did I start working on the clipping agent? I guess it was over like Thanksgiving, right? So maybe it's a little bit over 2 weeks now. But this clipping agent is now like working really, really well. The layout switching is working really well. It's amazing. Imperium, how's it going, man? What's up? NGO, it's a big W. Let's go. But let me do a poll real quick. But yeah, I mean, you guys can watch one of these, and it's pretty good. Watch this.
And I hit my limit. So obviously,
look at that. You guys see that?
Extra high.
Look at that. That was amazing.
Extra high.
So check this out. So like, what's really hard is like
a lot.
That layout here. Let me download this so you guys can actually see it. I did polish up the UI locally, and we need to push that code. We also are going to be pushing some code to production. But watch this layout change.
And I hit
watch this, guys.
Limit.
Right there.
So
did you guys see that? Did you see the layout change? So what this is, just from a technical perspective, is, and I've talked about this before, but something very difficult about clipping agents is that, what you have to do is you have to figure out what's called smart cropping, or what I refer to as smart cropping. And then after you do the smart cropping, you also have to integrate the logic of layout switching. So there's multiple different layouts. Like even like on stream right now, this is a layout because it's just my face. This is a screen share. And then this is probably going to be a fallback. So there's additional layouts that we need to add. And actually, Imperium is working on that as we speak. So Imperium, keep it up, man. You're doing a great job. But look at this. So watch this full video. It's pretty cool.
5 prompts, and I hit my limit. So obviously, it is extra high, right? I mean, extra high is extra high. You're going to use a lot. But one thing to note is it's like, hey, I can use Claude with a max plan and never have to worry about my limits. I mean, I'm not kidding. We'll use high on this one. I use the Claude plan, right? And I use, hold on, we have to launch Codex, and I use Opus 4.5 literally all day, and I don't hit my limit. So incredible. And that was actually, this is now 2 days old. We've made even, I guess this is about 21 hours ago. I just had made that one yesterday. So, but that was 2 days old because the last time that we actually pushed code was a couple days ago. But guys, something that's crazy is that right now I'm in Nightbot, if you guys know what Nightbot is, and I have to literally update our Discord command, join the BridgeMind Discord community, and I'm updating it from over 1,000. We've grown so fast that I just had to update it to say over 1,400 because now we're over 1,400. So shout out to you guys. We're growing insanely fast. Shout out to the mod team. Couldn't do it without you guys. And let's just keep it going, guys. We're building one heck of a community. That's all I have to say. So I'm going to drop in the Discord, link it, and then we're going to get back to grinding, guys. The first thing I want to tackle today is this agent orchestration workflow inside of Warp. So, what we're going to have to do for this is that WDN, if you guys know him, he's a very respected member of our community,
And something cool about WDan is he actually was sharing with me, he was like, hey, you can do XYZ to be able to get this. So watch this. If you are using terminal or the warp, you can go here and you can go to warp drive, and inside of warp you can basically like you can create like a prompt library inside of warp. Okay, so you just go here to your warp drive and you can click here and you can do like prompts, right? And then when you do this, you can actually add a title, a description, and then your actual prompt, and then this can be used to actually be saved and reused across the application, which is huge. So that's big. And something I want to show you guys is now with the Agent Orchestrator. So this is like a little bit odd. So that's untitled. Oh wait, no. How do I exit it? So I'm getting used to warp. This is new, but I think we're going to be able to game the system pretty quickly. But I can like click this, and can I just pull it up? Like if I can clearly just click copy prompt. But if I edit this one, what you guys will see is this is the Agent Orchestrator prompt that I've been using. So it literally says, you are one half of a 2-agent pair working on the same code base. The other agent is called Agent A or Agent B. Deliver correct minimal contract safe fixes. So basically, this is a prompt to be able to do agent orchestration, where I'll just write up on the board here. It's pretty simple. Let's say that you have a GPT 5.2 agent, and this is why you have to understand like the limitations and like the drawbacks, limitations, or even the things that specific models are good at, right? So for example, GPT 5.2, this model thinks for really long, right? Really long, and also it's slow. So what I found is that, you know, you guys, I'm not impressed with this model, but I will say that there is a use case for it, okay? And, you know, it is interesting because one thing I will say is that with Codex, with these GPT models, you are able to like do huge deep dives in the code base. It is very slow, but what I found is they do think longer, they do think harder, and they are slower, but there is a benefit in that. And that's why you don't want to be super extreme, whether super negative on a model or super positive on a model, because you just want to look at it for how it is and figure out, is there any way that I can improve this, and think about how to integrate this in my workflow. Lloyd said, okay, that's not me. Harry said, this is sick, let's go. Okay, so check this out. So we're gonna have basically this GPT 5.2, which is really long and slow, but then you're gonna pair that with a Claude Opus agent, and this agent is smarter than GPT 5.2, and it's much faster. Faster in terms of, you're talking about 40 tokens per second here, so 40 TPS on GPT 5.2, and on Opus 4.5, you're talking about 89 tokens per second. And that does matter in vibe coding. The speed at which these models can go does matter. If you ignore that, I think you're missing a lot. So the first thing I want to do today before we get started is, you know, I really want to see, hey, can we get this to a point where we can get agents actually orchestrating with one another? Is this something that we can help pioneer? Because as these agents get better, the less that we have to be in command, the better. For example, if the agents can work with one another, it's gonna definitely free up our time. So let's test this out. Oren Dev, what's up, man? Marest said, how many million tokens Anthropic provide in the max plan? What's the limit? So what I found about Claude is that, and let's actually set up our workspace now. So I do have this, so I just want to clean this up in Warp. My workflow is switching over to Warp, just so everybody knows. My workflow is 100% switching over to Warp. I love it. And what's really cool about it is that I can just launch these agents right here. Let me start with a fresh workspace, and I'll show you guys just how easy it is to actually set this up. So you can do, like, just on your computer here, you can do Command D, right? And that's gonna open up another window vertically or horizontally. And so I'll do D, right? So there's 4 agents. And now inside of each one of these, I can now, like, for example, I'm clicked into that one on the far right there, but if I do Command Shift D, it's gonna open up another one there vertically, so it's split there, right? So now I'll just do the same thing here. So boom, 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 and boom. And this is gonna be my workspace. Dania said, as I understand, you don't write any of the lines of code on your own, right? Yeah, you don't have to code it all anymore. So I'm gonna do Codex. So I'm gonna launch Codex here. I'm gonna do allow. Hold on. Actually, I didn't navigate. I kind of messed this up. It's all right though. But I need to CD into ViewCreator first before yeah. And also, like, one thing is that Warp, look at this. Do you guys notice how Warp is like, do you see the tabs there? It must like just know my previous tabs, and it must know that I want to CD into ViewCreator, because it's pretty impressive that it's able to do that. But yeah, and I can just do DDD, and then let's do 8 agents. So we're gonna do 8. So I'm just now going to do boom, 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 and we are good. Look at that. So now I'll do Codex here. So I'll do Codex, and then I'll pair that with a Claude agent. So I'll do Codex and Claude. And then, so all these top agents are going to be Codex, and then all the bottom ones are going to be Claude agents, okay? And they're all going to be working in the root directory of ViewCreator. That's how you want to set these up. You know, you can have, you know, not necessarily mono repos, but you can have it where, hey, you know, if I pull up, let's just go over my project directory, right? Like for the ViewCreator project directory, we have an admin UI, an API, the AWS infrastructure, Creator UI, database, Genesis UI, and a bunch of other projects and a bunch of other readmes. And what I do is I just launch the agents inside of the window, if that makes sense. So I launch them, and I launch them in a way where I know that they're going to have access to any part of my project. So even though they're not in the same repos, I can still launch them and make it so that they're working where I can, for example, if I want one now to work in the API, I can do ViewCreator API, right? And it's going to have access to that. But then it's also going to have access to the Creator UI. Does that make sense? So I can also have access there. So that's just really nice. That's how I set it up. But what we're going to try and do just right off the bat here is see, can we polish up this agent orchestration workflow and actually get these working with one another? I'm very interested to see if we can do that. So now I'm going to go over to, like I said, the warp drive, and then this agent orchestrator prompt. What can we do to like improve it? Let's like just open up, let's just open up Gemini. Let's just open up Gemini real quick. As you guys know, I don't like really like ChatGPT anymore. I think it's not very good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Gemini, and I'm gonna tell Gemini, or honestly, Gemini's pretty good for writing. Also, chat, what's up, guys? If you guys are just tuning in, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, before we get started, I want to show you guys our subscriber goal for today. So check this out. So if I go over to YouTube Studio, we're at 12,734 subscribers. So our subscriber goal for today is going to be 13,000 subscribers. I think we can hit it today. Right now we're at 12,734. So we're going to be going super hard today, guys, and we're just not going to stop until we hit 13K. So let's just lock in and grind, guys. Okay, Super Combo said open ChatGPT and try GPT 5.2 Pro to enhance the prompt in the web. Okay, that's actually a good idea. So we'll do this. We'll try. How about this? How about we compare? We'll compare ChatGPT with Pro. We'll compare Pro with just Gemini, right? We'll compare Pro with Gemini. So here's what we'll do. I need you to review this prompt that I am passing in to 2 different coding agents. So for example, I am trying to build a reusable prompt that I can use for what I am referring to as agent orchestration. And what this will look like is agents will be working with one another, meaning I will pass in this prompt at the start of every conversation, and then agent A or agent B will have to work with the other agent. So it will, for example, receive a task, it will do what it was required, but then it will be working alongside another agent, so it can delegate tasks to another agent. It can ask another agent what its opinion is or what its thoughts are, or if it has any feedback. But what this prompt is this prompt will be used to be passed into agents like Claude Code and Codex agents, and they will be coding in my workspace. And what I need you to do is I need you to polish up this prompt so it provides basically guardrails and a good starting point, that because I will be passing in this prompt at the start of every conversation. So it's important that we context and prompt engineer this so that we can create a robust agent orchestration system. All right, I'll just pass in that. Just kind of streaming my conscience there. And I use Whisperflow for that, for anybody wondering. So that's ChatGPT Pro. We'll drop it in there. Shout out to Super Combo Gamer. Appreciate it. Do the compare in terminal as well. I don't like the Gemini CLI. I don't use it. Super Combo said I didn't see anybody test Pro yet. So this is Pro. Delexix said that he's running a project with 6 CLI agents right now. Let's go, dude. Okay. Quasima said, what's the tech stack you're using? I'm using Next, Nest, and Postgres. Kavishan said, what do you use for the database and authentication? I use Postgres and I use Passport for auth. All right, the A Claude said, for some reason, after using the vibe coding, I feel I am not the same. It's like I am totally relying to the AI agent to the vibe coding, but if I don't use the AI, I will be left behind. Yeah, I mean, the perspective that I have on it, I share it often, is that, you know, when you've been in this space for long enough, I think, okay, so here's what Gemini came back with. So obviously it's already come back to us with a response, but ChatGPT, this is ChatGPT 5.2 Pro. So Super Combo Gamer, who's a respected member of the BridgeMind community, suggested that I do this. Also, if you have not joined the BridgeMind community, make sure you do so. I think we're going to pass 1,500 members today in the Discord, which is just crazy. I mean, we've been growing so fast, and like I said, I'll just continue to say it. It's because we're a community, and we're building one of the greatest vibe coding communities on the internet. But let me put up a quick text here. I'm going to put some text up. At 300 likes, we are going to do a cold plunge. As you guys know, it's important that we do these. So if you haven't already liked the stream, make sure you do so. And if we can get to 400 likes, I'm going to actually show you guys the smoothie that I make every day, basically for like fitness and stuff. I have a smoothie recipe that I use to basically, get jacked. I mean, you guys can check the description. I think that's actually what I use. But yeah, so this ChatGPT 5.2 Pro agent is working right now. Comcoin said W. Let's go, Comcoin. Also, I want to check Super Combo Gamer. I know that you dropped in that link to. He dropped in a link associated with artificial analysis AI. So I want to pull this up as well. So this is what he dropped in. So this is the benchmarks, and is this a Super Combo Gamer? What's your perspective on this? Do you think it's pretty good for the benchmarks? So what is this one? I've never seen this. So coding index. So let's check out the coding index. So this is the artificial analysis coding index. So right now you can see, if I zoom in here, like, where is it stacking up? So it's actually stacking up Gemini 3 Pro #1. So this represents the average of coding benchmarks in the artificial intelligence index, live code bench, side code, and terminal bench hard. So you can see that Gemini 3 Pro is actually at the top, and then you have Claude Opus 4.5, and then you have GPT 5.2 extra high. But one thing that I do notice, and I kind of touched on this in my video yesterday, if you guys just saw my video of me reviewing GPT 5.2 and how I wasn't very impressed by it. Like, check this out, guys. Look at the difference between, where is Opus 4.1? Where is it? Can we find it? Opus 4.1. I mean, it has to be up here, right? Where is it? Opus 4.1. Is it not on here? I guess it's not on here. Opus 4.1. I guess it's not on here. I guess they didn't include that one since it's not Frontier. But something that I was getting at is that, look at this. This is very interesting. So if you look at the difference between GPT 5.1 and GPT 5.2, it's literally only one away, 58 to 59, right? But look at the difference between Claude Opus 4.5 and Claude Sonnet 4.5. And I find this interesting because, with the differences between the models, it's like, hey, at some point, I know that OpenAI, yes, they did release GPT 5.2, but it isn't that much of an improvement between GPT 5.1. Like, this is not that big of a deal, right? Look at this. GPT 5.1's right here, GPT 5.2, and this is extra high. So I just find it interesting that with this new great release from ChatGPT, which all these AI influencers are hyping up, it's not, I mean, look at this. It's not that much of an improvement. And if you look at the difference between Claude Opus 4.5 and Claude Sonnet 4.5, that's a big jump, right? That's a big jump. And what it really makes me see is like, hey, I don't know. I just think that I think Anthropic is doing an incredible job right now. I think that they're doing an incredible job. But let's go back. Let's see if ChatGPT Pro is actually done yet. Also, if you guys are watching, we've got 128 people watching, and we only have 47 likes. So if you guys are watching, haven't already liked the stream or subscribed, make sure you do so. At 300 likes, we're going to do a cold plunge. If we can get to 400 likes, I'm going to literally make my smoothie recipe that helps me stay and get jacked on stream. I know a lot of you guys have been doing the push-ups along with me. As you guys know, for day 100, I did 1,000 push-ups on the day 100 stream for our 10-hour marathon stream. It was insane. Itellerish said context windows, I think, is the key marker, 100%. Max said, oh, you can add Opus 4.1 onto the list. Oh, okay, add model. Okay, thank you. So I can add, okay, so Opus, can I search Opus 4.5 here? Okay, I can add it. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so, hold on. Opus. Okay, Opus
Do I have to just search it? Okay, let's find Opus Claude. Okay, let's put Claude Opus 4.1 on here. So this is Google. Is it? Where is the Anthropic? This is. Hold on. Okay, wait, I saw it. Hold on. Where is the Anthropic model? Oh wait, I saw it. Hold on. So I want to add 4.1 to kind of like complete this review of, hey, where does 4.1 stack up to their newly released? Okay, here it is. So from Anthropic, okay, Claude Opus 4.1. So where does this stack? Where did it even go? Did it get added? You guys see it? I mean, yeah. So guys, this is what I'm saying. This is my whole point, okay? Look at this. So if you see this, wait, what did I just do? I saw it. I had it on here. I added it. Did I X out of it? Oh, man. It was at like 46 or something, was it not? Hold on. I feel like this is my first time using this benchmark, so I'm just trying to... Okay. So watch this. So I'm going to add Claude Opus 4.1, right, to this list. So I added it. Where'd it go? Am I doing something wrong? I saw it for a second there. It was like way back here. Okay, press. I've just added it, I thought. Alright, hold on. Let me like unselect this one. Use the top selector, not the provider one. This one? Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I can add this one. Okay, there we go. Okay, did that. Okay, so here it is. So here's my point, guys. So, yeah, this is insane. This is insane. So this is what I think that we should be looking at. Hey, when we're doing these model reviews, this is what I look at. Look at the difference between GPT 5.2 and GPT 5.1, literally 58 to 59, and then you can look, Claude Opus 4.1 is this one right here, 46 to 60. And if you guys also note, not only did they get this jump in improvement, but they also cut the price in a third. So just like with all these latest releases, I think it's very, very important to like just understand, like, hey, don't get lost in like this hype, right? And really understand, like, I think so. Shout out to Super Combo Gamer, because yeah, I mean, I think that we need to be looking at this Opus 4.1 way back here, 46. They release a new model, they cut the price in a third, and it jumps all the way to 60, right? And I mean, you have to give Google some respect too, because they also, like, I mean, this is the Flash model. Can we put, because I think that they're going to release, like if we do Gemini, because that was also a Gemini 2.5 Pro. If we do Gemini 2.5 Pro and add them to the list, how much did they jump as well? Where's that one? Right here. So look at that. So you have to give credit to Google too, because they went from 49 to 62. So that's pretty crazy. Okay, Yusuf said, not only that, compared to O3 Pro, you should be shocked. Where's O3? Is O3 on the list? Hold on, let's see if O3 is on the list. O3 Pro. All right, where's O3? Did I add too many models? I don't see O3. Did I add it? I think I added it. Do I need to refresh? So you guys can see, it's like, hey, when I'm looking at this, what I'm seeing is that OpenAI is not only falling behind, but just these models that they're releasing are actually not that good. But let's check out what it came back with me with this. So look at this memo format. So this is what we're doing. So here's a Titan. So it says you are one half of a 2-agent pair working on the same code base or workspace. There are 2 roles, implementer and reviewer. You are assigned to exactly 1 role by the orchestrator or user. If your role is not explicit, infer it. If you are asked to patch, implement, run tests, act as Agent A. If you are asked to review, validate, approve a patch or memo, act as Agent B. So the one question is, should we do... Oh, WDN said you plan to do a Tinker stream. Also, you can click the X
next to okay, gotcha. Thinking machines. What's this? WDN just dropped this. What is this, WDN? Thinking Machines Lab is an artificial intelligence research and product company. We're building a future where everyone has access to the knowledge and tools to make AI work for their unique needs and goals. That's interesting. Also, where are we at? So the goal today is we're going to shoot for 13,000 subscribers, guys. We only need about 250 more, so I think that we're going to hit it. But to answer your question, we are going to be like, we're going to be working on a lot of stuff. But right now, like the first task of today is what I want to do is I want to figure out how we can actually polish up that agent orchestration that we were working on in day 100. So look at this. So we have this. I'm going to copy this. I think that is good. Here's the one that Gemini 3 Pro came back to us with. So, okay, hold on. And let's ask Claude which ones it actually thinks is better. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to ask, hey, which agent do you think did the better job, just in terms of what prompt do you think actually is better? So we'll put Gemini, and so this is work from OpenAI above. And then this is the one from Gemini. And I just want to see what Claude thinks. And this one is the work from Gemini. Which prompt do you think is better for our agent orchestration system prompt? Oh, Dan said that it's former OpenAI CTO's new startup for tuning models. Oh, interesting. Isn't that's the woman, right? What's her name? Mira, right? This is from Mira. That's cool. Thinking Machines AI. Thinking Machines. It's Mira, right? Yeah, it refers to Thinking Machines, the startup founded by Mira. Yeah, so it's Mira. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see what Claude thought. Which one do you think is better? So start with Gemini structure, then graft in OpenAI. Okay, that's interesting. So taking in what both of them did, I now want you to create a finalized system prompt. Veer Shah, what's up, man? Did I try the DevStrol 2 from Mistral? I did not. I think it's really, really low on the benchmarks. Like if we go here, where even is this on the benchmarks? Is it, and let's add it real quick. Okay, so let's just do O3 Pro. Oh, so you don't have to have all of them. So we can literally just do O3 Pro. We can do GPT 5.2, extra high. We can do Gemini 3 Pro, high. We can do Claude Opus 4.5. Okay, so this actually makes this a lot easier. So we'll do Claude Opus 4.5. And then let's look at this. So now Mistral, it's this DevStrol 2, right? So where does this, I mean, yeah. I mean, this is why, hey, when you're on the frontier, I mean, look at this. Do you think that we should be using DevStrol 2 when it's, I mean, I know it's cheaper. It's a cheaper model, but I mean, that's just the difference when you're using those models is going to be huge. All right, guys. So let's go back to Claude and see what it's produced for us. So the following commands require an explicit confirm. Interesting. So then this is what I did. Wow. So this is the system prompt. Yeah, it doesn't want to do O3 Pro. All right, so this is really interesting. So let's drop this in and let's actually start testing this inside of Warp, okay? So I'm gonna create a new prompt, and shout out to WDan again because he taught me this. So I can literally just do this, and I can do like test agent orchestration prompt 2, and then I'm gonna drop this in, okay? And this could mess things up, right? This could kind of cause things to hallucinate. We don't know, but we want to try it. So I'm gonna pass this in. I'm gonna say, you are Agent A. And then I'm gonna toss it in here. I'm gonna say, you are Agent B. So I'm gonna get all of these agents. You are Agent A. You are Agent B. You are Agent A. You are Agent B.
You are agent A. You are agent B. All right, so now we have these, and I'm just going to now give these tasks. So the first task, so one thing that we need to work on a lot today, guys, is if you guys were watching, like, okay, so up on the board, let's actually get to standing, guys. Let's stand a little bit. Let's move the desk up here. So one thing on our task list today is onboarding and marketing copy, okay? So what we need to do is, with Agent Orchestration, I want to take a deep dive of the website and actually compare like the content that's on our website to the working functionality that's actually in our application. And we're going to get these agents to orchestrate because I want one agent to do an in-depth review of the entirety of the functionality that actually works inside of ViewCreator, right? So that could be things like the clipping agent. It could be things like managing videos. It could be things like connecting and scheduling posts. It could be things like setting up agents to be able to automatically schedule and post for you, which, speaking of which, I need to show you guys what I've been doing. It's insane what ViewCreator has been able to do for me. Also, we are changing the slogan of ViewCreator today, and we are changing it to this: virality on autopilot. That is going to be the slogan of ViewCreator: virality on autopilot. And that's going to be the hero now, because guys, like, one thing that I'm noticing is I'm noticing as a creator, as a brand manager, how powerful ViewCreator actually is. And I'm going to show you guys that in a second. But let's give these a couple prompts so we can get back to work here and just get these orchestrating. I want you to do an in-depth deep dive on the actual working functionality and features that are in ViewCreator. I need you to review these two projects in depth and create a robust README file that documents what features there actually are, because we are going to be working on marketing, and you are going to be working with another agent to improve the marketing copy of our website. And in order to actually do this, what I need you to first do is I need you to do an in-depth review of the working functionality in the site and in ViewCreator so that we can actually create accurate copy for our website. Okay, so we're now going to use that, and we're going to drop in the ViewCreator API, and we're also going to drop in the ViewCreator, let's see here, ViewCreator. We're going to do the creator UI just so it can see like the actual user interface. I don't know what agent is this. This is a high agent, so that'll be a good balance. So we'll pass that in, and then this is agent B. So here, the core agent A, Appearance said these agent setups are epic. Let's go, man. Okay, Noob said, yo, buddy, what plan are you using in Warp? Like, how many AI credits did you buy? So, interesting fact here is that I actually didn't buy any Warp plan. So the thing about Warp is kind of similar to Cursor, where think of Warp as like an IDE, right? Warp is an IDE, and the cool thing about Warp is that I'm not using Warp actually like natively. I'm not using Warp's harness. I'm not using Warp I'm not using Warp in the same way that I'm using Cursor. So for example, I have the Ultra plan over with Cursor, and we're going to be doing some interesting things with Cursor today as well, because with Cursor, I actually did update, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but Cursor is like kind of trying to compete with Figma now. I don't know if you guys saw this, but in Cursor, you now have the ability to look at this. You can take screen. What even is this? There's a bunch of added features. They did a big update, but if you guys see this here, do you guys see how I'm toggling this? You can literally change the DOM layout in a UI with Cursor. I'm probably not going to use this a ton, but it is something interesting to look at. Italrish said, I think that's the biggest issue we have is we limit ourselves to too few modalities. I love agent setups. It's like a coach. He's good at it too. LOL. Let's go, man. Let's go. Virality on autopilot. W slogan. Yeah, man. Let's go. So, this is interesting. I'm probably not going to get a ton of use out of it, but if you guys are using this is a new feature. Just note that. I'm not, this is so for those of you that use Figma, basically what they're doing is it's like, hey, you can now update, watch this. So I can click I guess I can click here, right? So I can click here, right? And then watch this. I can change the pixel dimensions. Watch this. I can change, let's just change the padding to something let's just change it to 16. So you guys see how it's changing? It's literally changing the padding. If I do 1, 0,
you know, let's change the padding to, you know, 345. And so what this does, it literally allows you to update the code inside of a user interface. Because if you notice this, you know, if I change this, right, if I change it, let's just put it like, you know, it to 2 million, right? Do you see how it says apply? If I click apply, it's actually going to update the code in that way, which is just incredible. So I am gonna not do that. I'm gonna X out of that. Let's do undo, and then it just, you know, formats it. But now it's all messed up. Did I mess this up, or I think I'm good? Why is this all funky now? Okay, we're good. I just refreshed. But that's one really interesting thing. Yeah, it's a Webflow editor. Cursor got a new debug mode too. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't really tried the debug mode yet. Is that, does anybody know how to use that? Is that agent review, or what is it? Debug, is it this? No, that's console logs, obviously. This is really interesting. But let's actually install. I have an update, so I want to make sure I have the latest Cursor update. Let's install it. Noob said, my bro, I know what all AI plans do you have subscribed, like Cursor, Ultra, Perplexity Pro, and other. Yeah, I've got a ton of AI plans. You know, my perspective on it is that, hey, in today's world, you know, with what we're doing and the fact that AI is so, I mean, AI, if you have the ability to spend money on AI, you should be spending as much money as possible right now. This technology is advancing so rapidly that you want to be on the cutting edge. If you have the budget, I would advise that you spend as much as possible, because, you know, if you really think about it, if you look at the money that you'd be spending on AI, you're going to get so much value now, and the costs are actually going down. Like, for example, you know, if we look at Opus 4.5 versus Opus 4.1, they made a significantly better model for a third of the price. Now, I don't know how much, you know, WDan, to your point, you know, I don't know how much they're subsidizing that, right? But it is something that can be said. They say, wow, I mean, they did make a model that's, you know, a lot better, and, you know, it's pretty interesting to me. So, okay, so here's this. But yeah, Warp is just amazing. I really like it. We were doing a couple things, though, that I want to finish up here. So what were we doing here? This was, did this make updates? This was an extra high agent that ran. I knew that it was going to run for a while. If you guys watched my videos yesterday, I was like, yeah, this one's going to run for 30 minutes, so I'm not going to actually include this in the video. But you can see that this one worked for 24 minutes. And this is, like, one of the issues with, like, Codex, is that you are not going to have an Opus 4.5 agent that runs for 24 minutes. You're just not. Codex is different. It's just literally just different. That's the best way to describe it. So active subscription is kind of the page. Okay. I don't know if I want to do this one. So it did change a lot. So let's go. Let's open this up. I want to make sure. Did I launch this? Okay, hold on. Let's fix this issue here. So, for example, review this issue that we're having in this project, and now I'm going to drop in the ViewCreator sponsor UI, or now it's actually called the admin UI, and identify what the issue is and pass your findings off to Agent B. So again, we're going to be using Codex, but the thing is that, you know, as you work with these agents, it's now more and more important that you, and this is the skill in vibe coding, and this is the skill of the future that I think a lot of people are going to have. It's an agent orchestration. So the more agents that you can run, the more that you're able to understand where everything's working and just keep a track, like literally in your brain, of understanding. It's like intuitively understanding agent management. Super Combo Gamer said, I had an Opus 4.5 agent run for 50 minutes refactoring Automaker's repro. Wow, that's a long time. I've never had one run for that long. Okay, so add API monitoring. So this is the admin review. So add unit coverage. Okay. Okay. So I now need you to build out a structured plan. And you will also be working with Agent B. You are Agent A. And so then I'm going to have this one. This one's at 48% context, but I'm also going to go back here and drop in this orchestration prompt that we've been talking about, just because this agent does have a lot going on, and I want to make sure, hey, let's implement this as well. So I'm going to drop this in, and it's going to know, okay, shoot, I'm working with another agent, and then I'm just going to do Command-Shift-D, and now I'm going to launch a Claude Opus 4.5 agent to be able to kind of watch and keep track of what we're doing here. So this one's going to build out a structured plan with all of its findings. This one, what were we working on in this one again? This one was a prompt from yesterday. What's my setup? Like from this is my setup here. Full stack agents management, 100%. Synthetic said, wait, so UNC, have we gotten in the green profit and loss yet, or is profit still in the negatives? Yeah, so I actually did check the business bank account today, and you know, it actually is very, very surprising. I have not lost as much as I anticipated that I would have lost by this point in a business for 4 months. That's at the very startup stage. So, for example, I checked the account today, and we've got 26,000 in the account, and I think that like from my perspective, the burn that we have with BridgeMind is like pretty solid. We're pretty much just spending money on AI, and then we also, we're funding the super team, but we're not spending like a ton of money on like marketing yet. So I am curious, like, hey, when we do marketing, we do paid marketing, which we will do, and that will be things like UGC, it will be things like sponsoring influencers, but what will that look like when we actually start really trying to drive revenue? But for now, to answer your question, we have lost about, what is that, $3,500 to date. But the amount of, like, you guys know, like, hey, my all the AI plans and everything that I've been spending to get this far in a project and build a product that is this good and only have burned that much money is actually, from my perspective, pretty good. Neil Thompson asked, when are you hiring? So I'm actually actively hiring. So, the way that I see it is we have the BridgeMind community, and okay, so check this out, guys. Check this out. I'll answer that question in a second, but check this out. So look at what it did. So it literally took in that prompt, right? And it then creates a memo. So it says, to Agent B from Agent A, proposal, admin AI clipping agent review plus analytics UI. So admin only API endpoints for AI clipping agent job review. And it literally gives it like a structured setup, right? A structured setup. And it even references what it wants to do. So it literally says, hey, new page at this project, at this route. Like, what do you think, right? But one thing that I even see, we are going to have to change that over to, okay, we're going to launch another agent for that. We're going to launch another agent. We're going to be doing agent orchestration for that. But I just noticed that this project is actually still on sorry, what's it called? It's on Pages Router. So we're going to have to fix that. But I'm just going to open this up here. And like, yeah, I mean, this is I'm going to keep this here. And this is like, their UI is not good for this. I'll tell you that. It's such a mess. So I'll just do copy, I guess. Why does it have to pop out like that? That's fine. All right, but I'll copy this prompt. I'll go back here, and I'm going to pass this in. And then I'm also going to copy everything that it said here. And this is going to be the memo from Agent B to Agent A. This Claude agent is going to be working here. So we'll pass that in. But then another thing that I want to work on here is if I go back over to my agent page over here, we're also now going to instruct this. I want you to do an in-depth review of this project. And I'm going to pass in the admin UI. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that this admin UI, we're going to have to refactor it over to use App Router. I need you to be able to refactor this project over to App Router. I need you to do an in-depth review of the project. You are working with Agent B, but do an in-depth review and create a structured plan on how we are going to refactor it from Pages Router, which is on currently, over to App Router, and also update it to the latest Next.js version. All right, so you can see this one's also producing a memo. So we're going to drop this in. Also, chat. So Idora said you don't have to give them time off for the holidays. Can I show the logic of the prompt? I'll drop this prompt in. I'll drop it in the Discord. I'll drop it in the Discord. So if you guys are in the Discord, or if you have not already joined the Discord, I think we're going to hit 1,500 members today, by the way. So if you have not already joined the Discord, I would highly recommend that you do so. I'm going to give a quick shout out to newly joined members. Yeah, we're only 16 members away from 1,500. So shout out to Kyle, Victor, Cian, one and only, Amata, It's Znub, Tanik, Saj, Zrald. Welcome to the community, guys. I'm happy that you're here. But let's drop this. I'm going to share this prompt. I'll try and not... can I use Pastebin? Can I use Pastebin for this? Pastebin. I've never used Pastebin. I don't have an account or anything. I'm pretty sure that's what WDan has... So, #1 paste tool. So, I actually don't have an account. New paste. Do I need to create an account? Hold on. Let me sign up for an account for Pastebin real quick, and then I'll paste this prompt in. But this is the prompt that we're using. So even here, so like you can see now, I passed this in, and it's dropping. It's giving a memo. It produced a memo now, and now I can kind of work with Claude Code, and I can work with this. And so here's the memo here. So I give it the initial instructions, right? But then once I do that, instead of having to continue to work with the agent and build and iterate, I think that by using this, we can do more complex refactors. We can do more complex things because the agents will be working with each other. There will be guardrails that
let's say Claude gives to Claude gives to Codex or whatever you want to call it, like they're going to work with each other, right? But one thing, like even just now, look at how much faster Claude is than literally it's already done, right? And that's one thing where it's like you can see how much faster Opus 4.5 or just Claude in general is. And yes, there is a context difference there, but now I'm going to pass that memo back in and okay, create my account. Okay, hold on. All right, so I'm going to create my account over on Pastebin so I can give you guys this prompt to try it out. And you guys can let me know what you think and you know. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, paste. All right, so Pastebin, so BridgeMind, and then this is the prompt. So let me just grab this prompt and I'll pass it in. All right. Also, guys, we're at 12,764. The goal today is we want to hit 13,000 subscribers on stream, guys. So we're going to be going, I don't know how long it's going to take to get there, but we're going to keep on streaming until we hit it. All right. Imperium said, let's go, 77 likes. Yeah, guys, we've got 138 people watching, only 77 likes. So if you guys are watching, have not already liked the stream, make sure you do so. Floyd said, but with Cursor, I can use multiple code agents too. Can I not? Yeah, you can. But the thing with Cursor is you do spend a ton of money with Cursor. You rack up much more expenses. And then this one, is this one done? Is this the next steps already? So this one worked for 9 minutes. So this is not. So this one already is done. So this one is literally, we're doing a memo back. So, and look at this. It's literally approving it. This is incredible. Hung said, Warp's AI, UI for this is so much better, especially if you use Claude Code or Codex. Cursor, multiple agents only support via Cursor. Yeah, yeah. Also, guys, let's hit some push-ups. Let's go. Let's get the energy back. Let's get it. Let's go. I will say, after doing 1,000 push-ups the other day, this is now easy. All right, Imperium said check DM. Okay, 1 second, Imperium. I will. All right. All right, so here's the memo back. And this one worked for less. Okay, yeah, the copy paste prompt. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna pass this copy and pasted prompt in. So I'm gonna copy this. All right, so copy prompt. So this is just what I'm using so that you guys can have it. I'm gonna paste this in. Prompting. AI. I don't know. Tech. Agent orchestration prompt. Create new paste. All right, so here it is. Is this it? All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna drop this in the Discord, guys. All right, so Discord. All right, here's the it's just gonna be in general, okay? So that's it. If you guys want to try it, the agent orchestration prompt, go try it out. Okay, actually, I got you, bro. All right. All right, so I do need to do something with our clipping agent real quick. So give me 1 second. I do need to... Let's actually give our clipping agent a quick test. So we do need to test our clipping agent. As you guys know,
it is working very, very well. But like, just for example, let's go to localhost and let's actually check this out. And go to the creator dashboard here. Mr. Cami said, are all these windows making the same code or different codes? So they're working on different tasks, and the agents are orchestrating with one another. So we'll go to the AI clipping agent, and just as an example, you know, we've significantly improved this, but also there are now some changes that we need to make sure that that we make. So I'm just going to launch a new warp window real quick, and I'm going to CD into ViewCreator Genesis, which is our AI clipping agent project, and then I'm going to do a git fetch real quick. And I'm going to git pull. So this is now up to date. So now I'm going to launch Claude. And then I'm also going to do a split here. And I'm going to launch another Claude agent. And I'm just going to say, I need you to do an in-depth review of... Oh, is this using Haiku 4.5? Oh, shoot. When did I switch to using Haiku 4.5? That's terrible. So all these have been using Haiku? That's not good. What is... default Opus 4.5, okay. Oh, that's actually interesting. So that's one thing that we need to change real quick before we move on. I just realized I've been using Haiku 4.5 for these, which is not good. So model, yeah. Dang, I didn't know when I switched over to Haiku. I just defaulted it now. That's all right. Day 100 is crazy. How is Claude even keeping up? Let's go. Alright, let's drop this in here. So this, we're doing a complete migration over to App Router. Alright, also, give me 1 second. Alright, so now I'm going to change the model. Try that again. Alright, this one now. Okay, perfect. Grok is the GOAT. You think so? I don't know about that. Okay, Floyd said to make it easier, and since I already have the Pro plan, I'll stick with ChatGPT plus Cursor this month and Warp plus Claude next month so I can understand and see the differences. Yeah, I mean, yeah, what do you use ChatGPT for? Also, I need to find what's running this here. Okay, perfect. All right. All right, Sean said, yeah, Grok is the GOAT. What theme am I using on Chrome? Can you link it to get it? I have no idea what theme I'm using on Chrome. Don't forget to also update your Next.js and React version to the latest version. Just got 2 vulnerability discovered just yesterday. Oh yeah, what is that? Can somebody drop a link to that? Do we have that? Do we have that? All right. All right, so what is this? Summary of completed work. So look at this. So this one said the README is improved. Agent A addressed all 3 of my blocking issues. So this is really interesting. So what you see here is that I'm getting the agents to orchestrate with one another, right? And when they orchestrate with one another like this, what it allows is it allows for you to actually just be the one that's in control of the agents, and then the agents check each other's work. So this actually will help keep the agents in line and make sure that hallucinations are not as common. Okay, Imperium, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Okay. So this is, there were more vulnerabilities discovered. All right. All right, so let's launch, we're gonna do, so this is the nice thing about Warp is like I'm gonna have different workspaces for this, right? So I'm gonna launch Claude here, or you know what I'm gonna do is I'm
I'm going to CD into the ViewCreator UI. Here I'm going to CD into ViewCreator Creator UI, and here I'm going to CD into the admin UI. And I think one thing that's really, really important for you guys to understand is that, you know, with Warp, hey, why did I just all of a sudden switch up my workflow? It's because you have to learn how to adapt. You have to be able to, you know, easily notice when there is a better workflow and potential improvements in your workflow, right? And if you guys have been, you know, watching me for a while now, you'll know that I've been using, you know, my Mac terminals to run all of this, and I found Warp, and Warp is just way better in general. I need you to do an in-depth review of this blog article, and then I need you to review the project and identify if the project is prone to the vulnerabilities, and make sure that you integrate the respective patches to patch the vulnerabilities. But before you actually begin implementing code and updating things, I want you to do an in-depth review and create a structured plan of the updates that need to be made, if there are any. Okay. And I'm literally, and this is the thing that's so great about Whisper Flow, is I'm going to copy my transcript, I'm going to paste, and then I'm also going to go over here and I'm going to drop in this. So now I have 3 agents that are working on this potential vulnerability issue, boom, boom, boom. And I know that, hey, they're all doing the React security vulnerabilities. So I know, hey, whenever I need to go back to that security vulnerabilities and make sure that that's up to date, I can just click on this one. All 3 of these agents are working on those vulnerabilities, okay? Check DM, apparently, let me check. Code Rush said, I'm not that active in chat here. Code Rush, what's up, man? Hunk said, guys, after speaking with some business owners today, I can't emphasize how important this period is. We are so early right now. You've got to build and extract ASAP. This window won't last long. Hung, appreciate you saying that. I think that's well said. Totally agree with you, man. I mean, we are in a window of opportunity that it's incredible, isn't it? I need you to do a complete in-depth review of, oh wait, this is still on, oh wait, no, the project, and then review. Wait, this is in ViewCreator Genesis, which is the issue. I actually want to CD out of ViewCreator Genesis. I do not want to be in ViewCreator Genesis. Also, if you guys are watching and have not already liked and subscribed, we're only 1 like away from 100 likes, and we're trying to get to 13,000 subscribers today. We're actually only 227 away, which actually sounds like a lot, but it's not for us, guys. This community is literally booming. We're going to hit, let's actually do a quick check real quick. I do believe that we are going to hit 1,500 members on the Discord. We're only 11 members away, guys. Check this out. We are 11 members away from hitting 1,500 members in the BridgeMine Discord community. Big shout out to Playboy, Bilal, Eric, and Bruno, Luca. Welcome to the community, guys. I'm happy that you're here. Imperium, Akshay, push that update for sure. Push that update, Akshay. Yeah, because I need to do a review and I need to work on it. So the thing about Warp that's kind of changing my perspective on the workflow is that with Warp, I'm able to work on like very specific things and work with multiple agents all at once on the same like workflow. So for example, for these React security vulnerabilities, what I'm doing is I'm kind of modulating that. Like, do you guys see how I'm doing that? I'm modulating that work over here. And then over here, I can go and actually can kind of X out of this one. But this one, this is all my terminals. This is here. So this one, these are good. This one's done. This one's done. This one's still running the build process. But let's also review. All right, let's do this one. Okay, this one's going to be working on Genesis. This one here is important, though. So this one now, let's see here. Wow, look at this, guys. This is insane. So this one says, it literally says, I'm Agent B, the reviewer. I've reviewed Agent A's proposal memo for the admin AI clipping agent. Critical issue to properly review and approve. I need to examine the actual implementation files. The one thing about this, though, or no, this is actually okay. This is okay. So review what Opus said back and make sure that you write a memo back to it. Did Sam fix the website? What do you mean? Super Combo said I sent you 2 prompts, Agent A and Agent B. Try them. Oh, Super Combo, let me check this out. All right. Okay, interesting. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's what Super Combo Gamer just sent me. He's a respected member of our community. So he sent me 2 prompts, and I'm going to use these. So let's see here. So let's expand this. So here is the first prompt. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to copy all this. And this is more structured where Agent A is going to be the analyst, and then Agent B is going to be the actual coder. So let me go over here and let's test this, okay? So we'll just test this in. Let's do 2 Claude agents just because you know, you don't have to use, you know, OpenAI GPT 5.2 for one. You can use Opus 4.5, which I would recommend. But here we'll drop in this, and then on the other one, so this one's the coder. So here's the prompt that Super Combo Gamer did here. So this looks pretty good. It's very structured. It's in Markdown format. Perfect. Nice work, man. I appreciate it. And this is another reason to join our community, you know. I think that this community is on the cutting edge of vibe coding, and we're all just we're in it together, right? We're trying to help each other. OpenAI had mentioned BridgeMind. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. Okay, so let's go over here. So this one's now examining. That looks good. Let's go here. All right. All right, cool. All right, so we have to-dos. Great work. I now need you to begin updating and complete the to-dos. And then I'll just pull Whisper up, right? And I could copy that right there, but I mean, with Whisper, it's just nice to be able to drop this in and just do boom, 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 boom. Perfect. Neptune said, yo, bro, I love your work. Do you use GitHub for version control? Yes, I do. How many Cloud AI agents can run, and what subscription plan are you using on that? So it isn't Cloud AI, it's Claude. I think you just misspelled it on accident. But, you know, you can run as many as you want. And what you just have to be careful of is that you don't make them cross paths, right? You have to make sure that the agents do work. They need to make sure that you give them different tasks. But that's the great thing about agents, and that's where there is a skill to vibe coding and there is a skill to agent orchestration, because if you want to be successful in the future and in this AI revolution, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to understand these agentic workflows, and you're going to have to understand agentic orchestration. So, like right now, we are training for the future. That's what we're doing. We're training for the future, and this is just an example of that. Hung said, use agent and create agents for these prompts so you won't have to copy and paste every time. Oh, that's actually interesting. Okay, so Hung said use agents. So let's check this out. So if I do Claude and I'm learning a lot, you know, from you guys. So agents, so manage agent configurations. So look at this. Okay, so agents. So I've never created any agents before on Claude Code, but I did try tasks on our day 100 stream, and it was very interesting because with tasks, you're kind of able to do something similar where you're able to, instead of passing them to like I had one agent that was the orchestrator, and then I had like several sub agents, but we actually ended up just doing tasks. But let's do create agent here. Okay, so we'll do a project. So generate with Claude or manual configurations. Let's do generate with Claude. Okay, interesting. Okay, so now I'll drop this in. So shout out to Hung. Beta said, love the work that you're doing, mate. Thank you, man, I appreciate it. So let's try this out. And what I wanna do is I actually do wanna try Super Combo Gamer's prompt. So again, shout out to him. Let's put this in, we'll copy this again. So we'll copy this again, and we'll paste this in here. And then we'll just do that. So generating agent from description. So this agent is going to be, oh, wow. And this is another thing of like, hey, you know, Claude is so far ahead right now. It's just insane. Neptune said, agree with you. Anyone can build with AI. What differentiates engineers these days are ideas. That's interesting. Floyd Mayweather said, ChatGPT is helping me as a guide as I am new to coding. It also helps me step by step along with ideas, but it can get messy with ideas as I have to make sure I have a checklist from the start. That's a good point. John said, dang, this is next level. Let's go, John. Let's go. All right, so create new agent. So literally you can configure all tools, read-only tools, edit tools, execution tools, MCP tools, other tools. So we'll just do continue. That's fine. And then, oh, okay, you give it an actual. Okay, so we'll do Opus and then create. Oh, wow. That's sick. So then you choose the color. So let's do, this one will be blue. All right, wow. So the name of this agent is gonna be Codebase Analyst. And then this is the description. Use this agent when you need deep investigation, root cause analysis, or research before implementing code changes. This agent analyzes problems, traces issues through the code base, and provides structured findings through the, without writing code, IDE. Okay, so press S or enter to save. So now if I do, so I create that agent. So now you can see project agents, this one here. So let's create another agent, and now we'll do another agent, generate with Claude, and for this agent, we'll use that second one, which is gonna be the coder. This one will be the coder. So I have a question for Hung. So now that I have these, can I work inside of one conversation and just switch to what agent, or do I have to work in different conversations? Or I guess we'll try it here in a second, but let's do another agent there. All right, also let's go back to this one here. Great work, now run npm run build and ensure that the build runs successfully. I think it already did it. I think it already ran the build, but just in case I'm not paying any attention, so we'll just do that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. So this is creating another agent. Now this here, so this one is just trying to fix like some simple issues there. Also, let's do a quick sub check, guys. So last time we checked, so we're at 12,776. We're trying to get to 13K today. So if you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's go. All right, let's see here. We've got 117 likes. We're going to do a cold plunge at 300. As you guys know, it's something we do for mental toughness. It's something that we do to give us energy. And it's something that we also do for fun. So let's see here. Okay, so Super Combo said that when you generate with Claude, it rewrites the prompt. But the idea behind agents is the root Claude can use them. So you can say use agent A, then pass it to agent B. Oh, wow. Okay. Hung said that's why Anthropic is the GOAT. They're sick. 100%. More agents. Let's go. Oh, J35 is in the chat. What's up, J35? I haven't seen you yet today. Good to see you, man. He said, so when you now prompt Claude, you just have to tell it, use codebase analysis agent to go through the codebase. Yeah. Beta said, I'm just glad these tools are getting better because I never liked how the traditional agile development workflow worked until now. Yeah. Neptune said, if I coded like this, I would run out of credits in one day. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it just depends on, like, hey, depending on, you know, what your situation is and what you're doing, I think that if you are in a situation where you are able to spend money on AI, like, for example, if you can make it and you can spend $200 a month to get Claude, you should. Like, the Claude Max 20X plan, you should be buying that. There is no reason that you should be buying something that isn't the Claude Max 20X plan. Okay, so now what I can do is, okay, so let's try this out. So this one is the analyst. So how can I just, so I now just instruct it to use, so I guess that's just my, like, I don't, okay, I can use this to just manage them, but now I can use, okay. So I'm gonna say use the codebase analyst agent to analyze this project using the Chrome DevTools MCP. I want you to do an in-depth analysis and also use the MCP to be able to identify all console log errors that are existing in the project and create a robust overview of what you are finding. Make sure you do a complete analysis. Do not stop until you search and understand every single page. All right, and then we'll put an ultra think on this. And I did say for it to use the Chrome DevTools MCP for this. Okay, so I think that's good. So I said use the codebase and analyst. This is interesting. We're kind of learning something new here. Okay, on our list today, we also have the concept of agent memory. So something that I want to do today, which is another thing on our list, you guys may find this interesting, but as you guys know, we have now, oh, and I want to show you guys this. So I'm gonna, here, let me, I'll like split my window so you guys, we can keep an eye on this agent and just kind of watch it work. But I want to show you guys what I've been doing, and I want to show you guys how ViewCreator is helping BridgeMind right now. So you guys got to see this. It's so cool. So let me go to YouTube Studio, and I'm going to go to content, okay? So we're going to go to content, and we're going to go to shorts. And I want to show you guys this. So if you guys look at my shorts, right? Do you guys see how, okay, now this is launching the MCP, that's fine. I think it does need to know that it should have run it on 3000 and I did make it. That was actually my fault. That was my fault. Oh, wait. I interrupted it. I wasn't specific enough. Hold on. That's actually my bad. Hold on, let's do Claude here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. Oops. We're gonna do this. And I'm gonna drop in, I forgot to drop in the project. That was my bad. This project, it is already running on port 3002.
Hung said that the beauty of this is that you don't have to mention the exact name of the agents to use them. Claude will understand your point right away. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's able to automatically enact them. But check this out, guys. So do you guys see all of these shorts that I've been posting? So look at like the past couple days. December 11th, all the way from December 10th. 640, 270, 804, 904, 357, 950, 1085, 798, 978, 1262, 997, 811, 843, 1061. So as a content creator, somebody creating content, somebody trying to promote their brand, their community, whatever you want to call it, it is very difficult to actually manage content. For example, when I only had Opus Clip, it was like it was something that I had to put on my list every day. I had to be like, okay, I have to, wake up early so that I can spend 20 minutes scheduling, my clips to go out on Opus Clip, and I have to take the transcript, I have to drop it into ChatGPT or Claude and generate a keyword-filled description and title to go out on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and then I scheduled a post, and it was like very time-consuming. It took about 20 to 30 minutes every day to do that, and honestly, there were some days where I just couldn't do it. But if you guys remembered, earlier this week, we completed the functionality for what's called ViewCreator agents. And if I go to my ViewCreator account and I go over to the agents page here, if you guys remember, we actually created these different agents. So we created a Bridgemind Shorts agent, a Bridgemind Clips agent, a Bridgemind agent, and then also a Bridgemind ViewCreator Clips agent. And these agents have been running in the background all week. So this is what they look like. And all I have to do is upload content, and it's able to automatically go in and create content, take it out of the content bank, and then post it at the scheduled time. So if I go over to ViewCreator, I didn't have to lift a finger. And I want to show you guys how cool this is. Look at this. This is crazy. So 1,000 views, 1,000 views, and 2,000 views, and I didn't have to do anything to post those. Now, I need to create more content and put it in my content bank, but also look at this. Let's go over to Bridgemind Clips, because this is a sub-UGC account. This one now, look at this. It has 14 subscribers, 857, 1,000, 10, 10, 9, 166, 1.1, 1.1, 1.1, 439, 1.5. I didn't have to post any of these. It's incredible. It's crazy. Dev Mindset, what's up, man? Why do I use Cursor and Claude Code separately? Why not just use Cursor? So they're good at different things, right? So, with Warp, you're able to have this terminal CLI experience. Cursor is a little bit expensive. I always hit my limits. So, I have multiple different AI plans because I know that I'm going to hit my limits on different things. One thing that I'm struggling with is that if we are developing locally, I should be able to access these pages. So as you can see here, we're hitting a 401 unauthorized page because when you're using this Playwright MCP and you're going to these pages, it's giving you a 401 unauthorized because you are not an authorized user. What is a way that we can actually get this working? Do I need to give you credentials, or do we need to integrate something where based on the node environment, it doesn't require you to be authenticated? What is the best practice here? What should we do? Yeah, AI Singularity, it's crazy. What's the status on subscribers on ViewCreator? The ViewCreator's only got like 44 subscribers. Or are you talking about for paying subscribers like with Stripe? Because I think we're past 500 MRR. We're over 1,400 users, and revenue's over 2,000. So between day 100 and today, we only had a $20 subscription come in. But I mean, $20 is $20, right? And I think that we're still like in the process, like, hey, we still haven't been verified. We still haven't technically launched ViewCreator 2.0. But as you guys know, we're going to be doing a ton of UGC for ViewCreator, and we're going to be building an internal UGC team. And this one got 1.2. This one, I don't know if these are getting like shadow banned or like what's happening, but like I guess these were posted this morning. So this one, that's interesting. But it's just cool that I don't even have to do anything, right? Like once I create the ViewCreator agent, I don't even have to do anything. Yeah, you can generate AI videos with ViewCreator, but remember, there are limitations to these AI videos. They're just not that good yet, which there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but it's definitely something to note, right? Is that, hey, these are just like not that good yet. Also, which one was working on the refactor? It was, hold on here. All right. Also, we have to make sure that we do this correctly. Wow, this is a big memo. It literally showed it all of its code. It was like, yeah, here's my code. Wow, that's a large memo. All right, let's drop this in. So we're gonna go back over to Claude, and also gonna do a Ultra Think. Write the memo back to Agent A. Image creation is pretty good. Yeah, image creation has gotten a lot better. That's for sure. Yeah, AI avatars are good as well. Also, how do you make sure the different agents running at the same time don't interfere or edit the same code? Is there a safe check for this? The safe check is this right here. This is part of the skill, at least right now in agent orchestration, is you have to understand where these agents are working. You have to keep track of them, and you have to be the one that is able to keep track of what's happening, what they're doing, where you're working, all of that. You are the one. You are the one in charge of these agents. If you instruct them to go do that, they can't overlap each other, right? And you have to be smart. You have to learn, and that's why you have to practice so much. But with that being said, guys, if you guys have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're going to try to get to 13,000 subscribers today. But I'm going to use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. But these agents are still working. So what's a good one? I think the best ones that we're working on right now is, what's this one doing? It's this one right here. This one's the analyzer, right? Yeah, this is the code-based analyst. So we just created our first Claude agents. And this is really interesting because this is doing just a complete, you can see it's just analyze, 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 and then it's creating a comprehensive error report. So this is going to be really interesting, guys. I think we're going to improve our workflow a lot. Oh, wow. So this is what it produced. Wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, but those are all 401s. So that doesn't really count. For example, from your report, a lot of the errors were all 401s, but the reason that we're getting 401s is because you just genuinely were not authenticated. So what would be a way for us to do that where we could, make it so that you can actually do reviews of the project without getting blocked? Do I have to pass you, a JWT token, or what's the best way to do this? Or, login credentials, what's the best way? What do you think? All right, so that's gonna run. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back, guys. I'm back, chat. What's up? Also, I need to boot up my computer here. All right, push-ups, push-ups. All right, some people are saying push-ups. All right, hold on. Let me boot up this computer, though, as well. All right, what is this doing, though? What's it saying? Dev auto login. Oh, interesting. All right, 0 setup. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is interesting. So do you guys see what I'm trying to do? And this is something that you guys can learn from. So set auth cookies directly in play. You could provide me a valid JWT token and I inject as a cookie. What's the best one? Login via playwright. Oh, okay. I'm 23. What is the best option? Oh man, I already said option 4. All right, option 4. Add a mock user provider that kicks in when API returns 401 in development. Interesting. Okay. Hold on. Let me put these headphones on. All right, sorry, I just stopped the music. Apple needs to up their game. All right, so what is this doing? So in services or a context provider, const fetch user, anything. ID dev user. Think deeply and then implement the best option and implement it with no mistakes. No mistakes or you go to jail. All right. All right, excuse me. Oh, wait, but this one, I guess that's fine. Is Sam said option 1 street and state 4? Yeah, but it recommended 4. I use AWS for the cloud. Also, guys, we're at 133 likes. At 300 likes, I'm going to do a cold plunge. If you guys have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're going to hit 13,000 subscribers today. So let me do some push-ups real quick, guys. Let's go. If you guys have not already done push-ups today, come on. I did 1,000 yesterday for day 100. If you guys haven't already joined me in that, let's get it, guys. We're getting jacked and rich at the same time. I mean, what's better than that, right? All right, let's go, guys. Go. Go, chat. All right, so I'm gonna pull this. What are we doing here? Okay, this one. All right, perfect. So like I said, agent orchestration, you get these working with one another. So you can see, hey, here's the memo from Claude back to OpenAI. Let's see how it does. All right. We'll see how it does. Also, guys, these Oikos Pro, 20 grams of protein. They're really healthy. HM, let's go. Neek, what's up, by the way? It's good to see you, bro. Let's go. All right. Sam, it's yogurt. All right, so something I need to do is our Genesis. So, and this is the great part about Warp, is that I'm going to, okay, so I'm going to launch, I'm going to do at ViewCreator Genesis. At ViewCreator Creator UI. At ViewCreator API. Recently, the Genesis project was updated. Review the README in complete depth and identify the changes that were made. For example, we've integrated auto clipping. And hold on here. Auto clipping. What else? What's different? So auto clipping. Oh, is that fix? Fixed a duration ranges implementation and also created a time duration selector. Review in complete depth. You are to use the Codebase Analyst agent skill and be able to do a complete in-depth analysis of the respective functionality in each of these projects so that you gain a complete understanding. You are to do no coding, only analysis, and identify what needs to change in the ViewCreator Creator UI and the ViewCreator API to line up with this project. Okay, and then before I do that though, launch another terminal, CD into ViewCreator Genesis, and just make sure that this is now pushed. And all right, I'm like so upset with Apple right now because my headphones will just like disconnect. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I mean, it's not nothing I'm doing. All right, so let me do a git fetch here, and then git pull. All right, perfect. And then yeah, we're good. All right, is this gonna work now? These don't work either. That's amazing. All right, who asked the question? Am I sponsored by Oikos? No. No sponsorship from Oikos yet. Oh wait, hold up. What did W Dan say? W Dan said, bro, the Nuri milkshakes with 30 grams of protein from Costco are also worth rotating into the stack. They're worth it. Into the stack. The prompting's going pretty good. We actually, so Super Combo, we did make it so that they were agents. So they did turn into agents. So if you guys know, like, you can do these. This is the first time I'm testing it out. And so this one says, why are no... All right, there we go. So no agents were found there. I don't know why. What the heck? Wait, but we created those wait, hold on. That's not right. Hold on. Wait, if I look at... Why does this one have the agent and the other one didn't? You guys see that? All right, 447 said, one question. Why are you giving the same task for each agent? They will cross each other, right? No, I'm not. I'm giving them different tasks. HM, let's go, man. We're in it together. Wait, I don't understand that. Why did my agents not save? All right, so now it's testing this to see if it works as play right now. Also, if you guys are watching, have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're at 141 likes. At 300 likes, we're going to do a cold plunge. The cold plunge is extra chilly today. And we're also going to hit 13,000 subscribers today. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so. And it's crazy. We're growing so fast, guys. And that's because it's all about the community with BridgeMind. And, you know, what I think is really cool is that you guys can see, and I'll just say this myself, this community has benefited me personally so much from what I've been able to learn from you guys. Like the other day, somebody suggesting the Playwright MCP, not Playwright MCP, but the Chrome DevTools MCP, and to be able, he was like, hey, do a complete check of all of your console log errors using Chrome DevTools. And it went to every single page of my site and was able to check that. I learned that from the BridgeMind community. This new agents functionality, I've learned that now. And now Hung's saying because you create it in a different directory, you got to use at the root or .claude them for it to be on always. So I just appreciate you guys, you know. Let's see, how many members are we at? If you guys have not already joined, it's linked in the description as well as the top of the chat. But shout out to Yashasetti, Gia, and JA8. I really appreciate you guys. I'm learning every day from you, and we're in this together. All right, so create agents. So yeah, so Hung. So yeah, the Bridge community is definitely a W, that's for sure. All right, decision analysis. Okay, so apparently this now works. Okay, great work. I now need you to go through the process of checking every single page, use the Chrome DevTools MCP, and check for console log errors. Is Sam said, I appreciate you too. Learned a lot from watching you. I appreciate you, Is Sam. Honestly, you guys have no idea. Like, we're in this together. We're a community, you know, and I'm never gonna BS you guys, you know. I'm not gonna try and just like, oh wow, what the heck? That's sick. You know, we're in this together, and you know, I just think that the more that we can help each other, like the more that you guys can be active, engaged in helping one another, the better, right? And you know, as you guys know, I don't monetize YouTube. I don't take sponsorships, so I just appreciate you guys for helping one another and for being a part of this community, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, I've already done about maybe 100 push-ups. Kong, what's up? Beta said that if you're planning on automating infrastructure as code, there's even a Terraform MCP in GitHub's official partners. Wow. All right, what is this? Is this? I'm pretty sure this is this is a lot of just placeholder. Yeah, this is placeholders. You can see that's going to every page and testing it, you know, and now it's not kicking a 401. All right, Hung said if you don't want to create them again, open .claude in ID and then drag your Claude agents in this ready to the Claude directory. Okay. Wait, where was that agent that was working on the, Alright, perfect. Okay, so to Hung's point, so if I don't want to create them again, so if I go to... Alright, so I go to this here, it's going to be... Wait, why is this only ViewCreator and ViewCreator here? Oh. Oh, what the heck? Hold on here. Why'd this pull this out? Oh. Alright, so I'm going to drop in these three. And then, so if I go to ViewCreator, and then there's .claude somewhere, right? Yeah, .claude. So, okay, so perfect. So Hung said drag it. So... then drag your .claude into the Claude directory. Well, so here are the agents. Here's where they're at. You can see them right here. So I just don't understand why they... Yeah, I mean, they're right here. Why did they not... You guys see that? So you can see the agent be coder, and then the code-based analyst, MD. So how do I set these agents? Serotonin Dopamine said, let's get it. Champions are made on Saturdays. They're in the Claude folder. Yeah, they're right here. So, Hung, what do I do here? TVG, I've got a, it's got 96 gigs of RAM. It's an M3 Ultra Studio. Yeah, so where do I move these? I thought these were in the right spot. Doesn't make any sense. Restart Claude. Hold on. Did I just not have Claude restarted? Oh. Okay. Dang. Okay, so he is right. I have to restart Claude. Alright, so maybe we can just do that again. But in a different one. Alright, yeah, we'll just do this. We'll just launch it in this agent instead. Or maybe, how about this? How about we just drag in this MD? And then review this MD file. Act as the code base analyst. Okay, yeah, restart Claude or the terminal. Yeah, I'll check the DM. I get a ton of messages, so like as you guys know, I'm like really busy. I do the absolute best I can. Things are just really hectic lately. But usually I try and get around to my DMs at least once a day to answer everybody. So I'm going to say use the Codebase Analyst agent. And I'm going to follow that up with UltraThink. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to close this one because I did have to. So I did have to restart it. So when you create agents, if you've already launched a pre-existing Claude, then you have to restart it. So that's what the issue was there. Okay, so yeah, so it's acting as the Codebase Analyst now, which should make it so that it's just more prone to doing analysis. And then after this, then we'll say use the coding agent to actually integrate the code. Okay. So it's saying that they're all passing. Okay, great work with this. I now need you to do the same exact thing, but with this project. And I'm going to add the ViewCreator Creator UI. This project may also need the update so that you don't get all the 401s. Integrate the same logic so that you can test this with Playwright. Yeah, that's incredible. So now I'm launching this. This one's working. And now what I want to do is I now want to, for example, like I can launch another one, right? And I can say, I can CD into the ViewCreator Creator UI, and I can just have that Codebase Analyst. I can say, all right, let's launch Claude. And I want to say, I want you to use the Codebase Analyst agent and do a complete in-depth review of this project and identify opportunities for us to speed up the project. Right now, sometimes it can be a little bit slow. Would you be able to pinpoint why this is happening and how we could potentially speed it up? Don't update any code, but just do an in-depth analysis of the project. But then these, I mean, I don't know. Let's go back to Genesis and see if this one's running. Yeah, so this one's still running. Okay. Also, one thing I want to do is I do need to run a terminal and to test our onboarding system. We made a lot of updates to it, and I think that we just need to make sure that everything's running as expected. We were letting, it was like, we were using Codex and Claude in yesterday's stream. On the day 100 stream, we were basically asking, we were like, hey, go here and I need you to do, an in-depth review of the onboarding system and make it better, right? Which was very broad. And it did come up with areas of opportunity to do refactors and stuff. And sometimes it's like, hey, when you're having those agents work together, can they hallucinate? Yes, they can. So you need to make sure that you go back through and you QA test this stuff. It's very important to do that. So I do want to do a QA test for our onboarding system. That's on the board today. We're 2 people away from 1,500 in the Discord. Let's go, Neek. All right, let's open this. All right, allow access. So I'm setting up like a local Stripe webhook just so we can test the different iterations of it. And then I also want to do a quick review here. And for example, let me CD out here. And let's CD into, let's do ViewCreator UI. I need you to, oh wait, hold on, we're not in Claude. Jesse, what's up, man? How's it going? Okay, so let's use the Codebase Analyst agent, and I need you to do an in-depth review of the sign-up page. And note that users can click sign up with Google without first authenticating that they're not. Like, we need to make sure that the Cloudflare is required before they can click sign up with Google. Review this in depth and integrate the update respectively. Just do an analysis and tell me what the current implementation actually is. Oh, post-hog MCP, that's great, yeah. Postdog MCP will. Yeah, how can we integrate that? Hold on, I do need to integrate that one. Okay, so API missing. So yeah, so look at this review. So it gives us like a nice table. So shout out again to Super Combo Gamer because he gave me this is the agent. And what I like about this is that this agent now gives us like this nice summary every time, right? So that we can quickly be able to process, okay, here's what came back from this agent. So add duration time range selector, that's high. But is that yeah. Great work. Create a structured list of to-dos. All right. All right, let's go over here real quick. Go here. All right, Claude. What is the command in order to be able to have Stripe listen in on port 3001 in this API so that it can properly listen locally for the webhooks, review, and just give me the command to run in my terminal so that I can listen locally for this? What do I use as speech to text? I use WhisperFlow. All good, Jesse. What am I working on? So right now we're working inside of Warp and we're working on a bunch of different things at once. There's different things. Oh, also I totally forgot. We did have a job running for our AI clipping agent. Let's check on that. So, oh wait, no, we didn't. That was 24 hours ago. Okay, I do need to test this. Hold on, let's give this an up-to-date test and just test where we're at right now with the clipping agent. So let's go to BridgeMind, and what I'll do is I'll just clip like the video, for example, from yesterday, right? So I'll go to videos, and this video here, Value Coding with GPT 5.2, I'll select this one, and what I can do is I can just drop this inside of ViewCreator, and we are going to be making some changes here to this. Do you vibe code and have a regular job at the same time? No, BridgeMind is my full-time job. I pretty much don't take any days off. And yeah, all right, so let's just do, and this is changing. We also implemented the ability to do, like, there are a lot of differences now. This is fine. We're gonna, like, locally, there are changes. They may be breaking changes in production. We'll see. But let's just test this. This job is now queued. Also, guys, let's do a quick sub check. Where are we at? Oh shoot, we're only 4 subs away from 12,800. Okay, awesome. Delac6, you applied. That's great. Also, did we break 1,500? Oh shoot, guys, we are 2 members in the Discord away from 1,500, guys. Let's hit it. We can definitely hit that. All right, but let's go here. So this is now working. That looks good. Let's go back out here. These are working. So look at the to-dos that it came up with. So add start time seconds and end time seconds to clear jobs to do with validation range. Okay, that looks fine. All right, so now that looks fine. Now I need you to use the Agent B Coder skill or the Agent B Coder agent to actually code and complete these to-dos. Okay, so now we're going to use the agent that's able to code. So we'll see. How do you get that table? Is it a prompt or agent doing it by itself? Yeah, so Jesse, we basically are working like today, like on our goal list today, we want to get better at agent orchestration. Now that we have Warp, I do see the opportunity for us to make much better agent workflows. And as you guys know, it's like, hey, agent orchestration is a huge thing that exists now where you need to understand how to work through these agents, need to understand how to train your brain to be able to work through the AI. And yeah, so here it is. So here's the issue. Wow, this is amazing. So I now need you to use the Agent B Coder agent to actually create a structured plan and implement the correct patch to fix this. So now I'm implementing this. Okay, up here I'm checking. Yeah, I did pull latest from GitHub. Yep, I did pull latest. But I pulled latest like maybe like 20 minutes ago. So, all right, so this one's working. So test all this. This one's been working for a while. So 7,000 here. What is this doing? DevMox. Oh, interesting. Oh, so when it used Playwright, it tests that. Oh, wow. Okay. Got it, okay. Got it, okay. All right, this one's still working. So this is the Agent B Coder. This one's working. This is Agent B Coder as well. And this one's now implementing code. Okay, here.
All right, also, did we implement, which one was working on the refactor? Let's find it real quick. Also, let's test the onboarding. So I'm gonna input this here. So I'm gonna listen. Okay, perfect. So we now are listening. So while our agents are working for us, I do wanna do just like a QA test of our onboarding system so we can make sure that is working. So was it this one here, right? Was this one, yeah, dependencies to architecture. Yes, this one is now. So when was the last handout? I think it was this one. So now we're passing back from agent B to agent A. And I don't even need to say anything. I don't even have to prompt it. I'm vibe coding a dating app right now. Let's go, dude. Maybe we can all get out of the trenches. I mean, we don't want to leave monk mode, do we? Data personal efficiency. What's up, by the way? Matt said, have you considered using A to A for agent communication? Might be better than custom implementation. What's A to A? Agent to agent? What is that? A to A, is that a... Could you send a link? A to A? Hold on. Okay, hold up. A to A. A to A is an emerging open standard protocol for AI, enabling different AI agents to communicate, exchange data, and collaborate seamlessly, acting as a common language for multi-agent systems. It allows specialized agents like a traveling plan and a flight booker to work together, breaking down silos between different AI frameworks and providers, making AI applications more powerful and interconnected, similar to how humans use different tools for a task. And then, are there any, like, is this like the GitHub project that you're referring to, or is an open protocol enabling communication in sorry, on my AI brain, between opaque agentic applications? Interesting. And this is up to date, worked on 2 days ago. WDN said warp, agent input plus command line in one, yeah. Yeah, so Dawson said warp can implement code too. So warp is like similar to cursor, right? But the thing is like what we're using warp for right now is we're using it as we're only using it as like basically a UI to manage all of our agents at once, right? So instead of having to like, and this is the thing, I can have so many different windows. I mean, you guys can see like I have different workspaces now. So I can like I can go here and like this is how fast this technology is evolving and like workflows are evolving, is that, hey, now I know, okay, I'm gonna go use this before okay. Now use the Codebase Analyst agent again to do a review of the work. Okay, it's by Google. Matt Donnelly said, okay. Nick said, find a girl who's a monk too. Problem solved, yeah. I may have found one, chat. Who knows? It's top secret, though. All right, so this one's been working for 4 minutes. Is this even working? Update to-dos. Okay, this is all working. Okay. I want you to upgrade to Next.js 16.0.0.10 like these other two agents did. Before you begin, actually create a plan though, and also, actually, I don't think that one has the agent yet. All right. Webhook listener, Critter UI. Okay, this looks good. Looks good. All right, here, that, I don't know. This one's still working. Where is the, hold on, we gotta minimize this a little bit. Okay, that looks good, Okay, perfect. Let's, what is this even doing? Is this, we need this? Okay, no, we're good on this. I think it's this one here. All right, perfect. All right, so watch this. All right, so I'm gonna CD out here. Apple also has a built-in version. Anyone know the difference? Oh, definitely use Whisperflow, Dawson. The Apple one is not as good. All right, so let's CD into ViewCreator API, and let's like just let's launch Claude, and let's just do, for example, like, hey, we'll just get some agentic workflows going for us here. Using the Codebase Analyst agent, I want you to do an in-depth review of the Codebase, specifically with our testing system. And what I need you to do is I need you to analyze and create an in-depth report on our testing system and how we could potentially improve it so that we had more robust testing so that we cover different edge cases and create a more robust application, do an in-depth review, and then come back to me with potential improvements. Also, guys, let's hit some push-ups. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's move the desk up. We need the energy back. If you guys have not already liked and subscribed, we're going for 400 likes today. If we get to 300 likes, we're going to do a cold plunge. We're only 140 likes away. I'm going to be streaming for a couple more hours, so we got plenty of time. But yeah, let's hit some push-ups, guys. Let's go. All right, let's get it. All right, so another thing that I want to work on is let's CD out. Oh shoot, I literally dropped that in. Hold on. All right, so let's launch Claude. I need you to do an in-depth review using the Code Base Analyst agent, and I need you to review all of the functionality associated with agents inside of ViewCreator. And I want you to think deeply about the concept of agent memory. So this would be another entity inside of our agentic system where we would be able to store context and memory to make our agents have memory on previous runs and be much more intuitive. We would need to think through a MVP approach just to integrate the logic of memory so that agents, when they're running, they have a reference to past jobs. This doesn't necessarily have to be an additional table in the database. Maybe we can build it upon the existing architecture where while an agent is running, it's able to look at previous runs and what output came out of previous runs. But we do need to think about this concept of agentic memory. You need to review these projects, review the entities, enums, API routes, and then the front-end functionality for ViewCreator agents using the code-based analyst agent. All right, fire. All right, so I'm going to drop in 3 projects. I'm going to drop in the ViewCreator API. I'm going to drop in the ViewCreator database, and this is one of our goals for today. Not AWS, no database here. And I'm going to drop in the ViewCreator Creator UI. All right, that looks good. And I'm also going to do an ultra think. Super Combo said send vid and DM. Dead of Personal Efficiency said, I'm a bit confused on your Claude Max plus cursor setup. I would love if you could explain the steps to recreate your workflow. Well, right now I am like kind of like you guys are watching my workflow. Like what you guys are going to see is like I'm not the type of person. I am not going to be using like a particular tool for like clicks and views and stuff. I'm going to be using what I think is best. And as a community, you know, that's what is so great about the Bridgemind community is that we're able to help each other. And just like, even for example, you know, Hung was able to say, hey, you know, start getting these agents set up. And now we're using these code-based analyst agents, right? So I'm a big fan of Claude Code. And I'm now a big fan of Warp because you can create these different dashboards and work on different features in these different dashboards. So agent memory system, you know, I can now drag this over here and just manage it. And I know over my tabs, okay, this is the testing system review. This is the agent memory system. These were the NPM run builds. This is the plan that it has. So this one just updated to 16.0. So this is now done, and these are all building successfully. So I'm actually going to kill this workspace because I no longer need it. So yes, close. But the great thing about Warp, this one can be closed as well because I finished that, is that, you know, you can just manage so many different things at once, and you have everything that you need inside of Warp to be able to do, to be able to manage a bunch of different Claude Code agents. So it's very, very helpful. I think the activity on my computer is like really high right now, so I need to be careful here. All right, that's better. Okay, so this is still doing a review here. But yeah, so I do use cursor, and my cursor ultra plan actually did reset yesterday. And what I perceive, I am moving away from cursor, which sounds crazy. I know it's a switch up. I know it's a switch up, guys. But hey, with Warp, you just can set up all of these dashboards. And yes, with cursor, you can work and you can set up all these agents, which is fine. That's great as well. But I think that there's a place for cursor and there's a place for Warp in your workflow. I think there's room for both.
Wait, you guys sent me a DM? Hold on. Oh, wow. Okay, I just saw the video. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, guys, you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Are we at 1,500 yet on the Discord? Did we just hit 1,500? Let's go check. Guys, we are stuck. We're trapped. We're trapped at 1498. If you guys are watching, have not already joined the Discord, one of the mods, could you guys drop a link in the chat? We're only 2 away from 1,500. All right, so it said pass. Turn the background off. Okay, do even more in-depth analysis using the Codebase Analyst agent, and then create a structured list of to-dos for us to be able to solve this. Okay, the 2 migrations were created. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. This agent did a really good job. Are there any to-dos left to do, or are we done? Wow. 1,500 gets a cookie. Let's go. Delexi said, I kind of moved from Cursor because Opus was taking all my credits and Anti-Gravity had them for free and unlimited. Or if it isn't unlimited, I don't know, I'm using a lot. I didn't reach any limits. Yeah, I mean, I was using Anti-Gravity. It was bugging out on me. So, okay, no remaining to-dos. Would you please make sure that you run migrations locally? Running npm run migration run. Do this now. Okay. I think Anthropic may be a huge winner for agentic coding. They're so far ahead. Like, what? Look at this. Something that I noticed, and obviously this is just like a known fact, right? But if we launch Codex over here, and then we launch Claude here, watch this. Let's do a slash command, right? And just look at how many features that Codex has. So model approval. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 15. So just like 15 options, right? And then I'm not saying the options have anything to do with it, but just have you do a slash command here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Or I guess, so it's around 20. Wait, no, that's more. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have about 50 slash commands that you can do inside of Claude Code versus only 15. And I'm not saying that that's like, it makes it inherently better. I'm just saying that you can do more inside of Claude Code than you can in Codex. Just an interesting point. Colin asked UGC team. Yeah, we're setting it up. We still need to talk as a mod team. We just had a busy last couple days. You've never maxed out on credits? Oh, tab autocomplete. Okay, yeah, if you're using like agentic functionality and letting the agents do all the work for you, you're going to max out that $20 plan very, very quickly. Wow, look at this. So it's testing all the pages with Playwright for console errors, and it's still working. This has been working for 22 minutes. Okay, wow. So actually, like, this is still working. This is still going. I wonder what's my Claude usage at just for like this period. So as you guys know, I've been using a Claude pretty much this entire day. What's the usage at, right? So 15% usage in this session. That's insane. Only 15% usage is like nothing. That's nothing. Okay, Agent B implementation. Okay. Great work. I now want you to use the coder agent, and I want you to complete the to-dos. Okay, also, I said I was going to test the onboarding system. Let's do that now. All right, grab this here. Go here. Tell it to spawn 5 analysts, agent, deep dive agents, and combine the results to past agent B. Can you do that? Hung said the gold mine right now is Claude skill. Add that to your workflow, and it's a chef's kiss. Genuinely so helpful. Claude skill. So, Hung, maybe you could help me understand, like, with Claude skills, is that just you can do, like, is there a slash skill? Or no, that's where you import, like, plugins and stuff, right? All right, it says that it's ready to proceed. So, do you guys see what I'm doing? So this is, they're orchestrating with one another, and they're working together very well, is all I will say. What was this one? I'm trying to remember the one. Okay. Okay, so what was the file that it created? Anthropic winning again, yeah. Okay, Dan said that he agrees that skills are the biggest upgrade to make right now. Well, I'm not using that many skills. What am I doing wrong here? Hold on. Let's maybe you guys, if you guys are in the chat, would you maybe we could figure this out. What's the skills? Okay, Dan said that OpenAI is adopting skills and dropping the plugins framework. It looks tiny URL. But how do I get skills going for me? Like, is it hold on, I'm trying to. So Hung said, or Dan said that they're the biggest upgrade. Hung said that they're a gold mine. I've got the Claude Max 20x plan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Claude plugins. I haven't used it a ton though. All right. Are we good now to test this locally? How can I handle 8? I just from practice, yeah. I've basically got like an AI brain now. Hung said, all right, so think of a skill you want. Tell Claude Desktop to create that skill. They have a built-in skill creation skill. Claude Desktop? Hold on. Wait, why do you say Claude Desktop? Literally like the desktop app? Hold on. It's annoying. Let's go. Also, if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's see. It looks like it's gonna, it's gonna run build and test this and make sure that we're good to go. All right, this is still working. This one's still working. This one, would you like me to create detailed? Yes, I would like you to create a detailed implementation plan. And yes, create end-to-end test scenarios. All right, I'll check the video. Also, let's check the, if you guys remembered, we were testing the ViewCreator clipping agent here. Also, let's do a quick sub check. Let's go, chat. 12,800, let's go. We're going to try to get to 13,000 today, guys. We can do it. All right, AI clipping agent. Can be simple as generate a skill that writes comprehensive README files from code bases. Really? And I just say that? Install the desktop app, do stats. All right, hold on. So here's like stuff that's coming out of our clipping agent. I mean, it's so good. The launch for our day 100 stream of vibe coding an app until I make $1 million. I was able to use the model extensively, and after using it for over 5 hours and spending over 300 million tokens, I can now share my opinion on this model. It's incredible. And to be honest, I'm not that impressed. First off, I want to actually show you guys my usage yesterday so you can see here December. I mean, this is Opus clip level. I'm not trying to gas it up, but I'm just saying, like, this is genuinely Opus clip level. So we definitely have something here. The UI has been significantly improved. What we're gonna do next is, because we've made significant updates here, I want you to restart and rebuild the ViewCreator Genesis container so that we can test this. Yeah, it's epic. Yeah. I mean, it just goes to say, it's like, hey, if you put your time and effort towards something and you just continue to go, you don't give up, you keep going, you are going to make progress. And, you know, like I said yesterday, hey, you know, we've gone 100 days. If you go back 100 days, you can watch my journey from day 1 to a day 100 and look at how much things have changed, right? Look at how much the community has grown. Look at how much ViewCreator has changed. Look at how much, I mean, when I started this series, I was working on something completely different. I stumbled upon ViewCreator because I saw a need in the space for something like this. And now we're working on ViewCreator. And look at how, if you go back to the day 20 stream, you can watch exactly how we started with ViewCreator. You can watch how it started up. And we're taking this to the next level. In the next 100 days, I don't even know what's going to happen. You know, I've been talking to some people in my life, and I just share, hey, I don't know what's going to happen over the next 100 days. I don't know what to expect, but I have a feeling that's going to be something big. So, you know, it's just crazy that how far we've come and what's possible with what we're doing. It's incredible. But guys, this is only the beginning. We're not going to stop. Yeah, it looks like we're one Discord member away from 1,500. So, yeah, we're one Discord member away from 1,500. So if you guys have not already joined the Discord, make sure you do so. All right, so these are all passing. Implementation plan here. This is working. So this is the agent memory system. Okay. Great work. I now need you to use the coder skill, or hold on, agent, and actually implement the code. All right, cool. So this is our memory system for our agents. That's going to be very, very helpful. Coding agent tasks. Go here. Container rebuild testing is this. Okay, this is almost done. This, yes. Imperium said this is epic. Creators love to have tools like Clipping Agent. It creates such smooth clips, better than Opus and others I tried personally. Let's go. Yeah, it's very good. Okay, also, let's update, just like, let's grab an agent real quick and have it, hold on here. It was, there was already some agents that were working on this for marketing. Okay. Okay, great. I now need you to use this as a reference and begin updating the marketing content copy on the website. And the first thing I want to update is the new ViewCreator slogan is virality on autopilot. And it's very important that for our hero section on the home page, that this is the new hero. Virality on autopilot. And then maybe a short paragraph below that. Not a paragraph, but a couple, you know. But let's begin by updating the hero section on the home page in the marketing website here. Yeah, so I did see that it's just doing the package lock. Are you talking about the one that was in the which one was it? It was this one right here. Where was it? You're talking about this one right here, right? Yeah. It was not deleting the whole computer. All right, so the container's now done. Okay, so let's now go back over here, and what I want to do is let's actually close this, which is what this was running the UI. Okay. All right, so let's actually launch another. I guess we don't necessarily have to do another, but hold on. Let's do this. All right, let's see. Boom. All right, there we go. And then here we're going to do cd ViewCreator creator UI. Oh, oops. Yep. admin UI, and then we're also going to add in logs for npm run dev. Wait, what is this? Can I click that? No, switch branches. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that's already listing. Jason Derulo is my pseudonym. Kill the task around port 3003. Hung said, read The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Manson. I have read that. Changed my life, especially the part about the love for the process, not the reward. Yeah, I have read that book. It's a good one. It's a classic. Yeah, I didn't say ask the port. I said kill the port. Hold on. Cursor usually does a pretty good job on this. Kill the task run on port 3002. Oh, not 3003. How do you manage multiple agents and delegate tasks? Do you have a CS background? How do you ensure AI writes correct code? And how do you debug issues the AI can't solve? So yeah, so the way that this is all heading is that in the next 5 years, what you're seeing now is that people won't be coding manually anymore unless they're just doing it like for fun. If you're going to be a serious software engineer, you are going to be using AI agents for everything. So pretty much like what we're all about is we are on the cutting edge of this technology, and we are continuously using the technology to be able to get better and better and better. And okay, what is this running? This is just not okay. Hold on here. It's a little bit frustrating. That's all right though. That's fine. Kill the task running on port 3000 and 3002 as well. All right, cool. Just have Warp do it for you instead of going to Cursor. Warp auto mode is pretty good. Jason said that, do you prefer Opus 4.5 thinking, anti-gravity, or Claude Code? I find that since for 20 bucks a month, you get a lot more Opus usage and anti-gravity with no real limits, but a generous 5-hour limit. Yeah, so my personal experience is that for me, it doesn't matter because on the Claude Code plan, like the 20X plan, that's $200 a month, you pretty much get unlimited usage of Opus anyway. And anti-gravity is not that good yet. I do think that, hey, eventually Google will probably polish it up and they'll make it better and they'll get it to a point where it's like very, very usable and it's good. But right now, that is not where it's at least in my opinion. Take that with a grain of salt. It's like, hey, you know, I did try and use it on the day 100 stream, and it literally like couldn't even, it was failing at tool calling, right? Which is like the most basic thing that you can do. So it was failing at tool calling, and I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to be using this a bunch just because, hey, it was failing at tool calling. Which, if you're failing at tool calling, like, come on. I mean, that's a little bit ridiculous in my opinion. All right. All right, so let's launch all this. npm run dev. Jeez. All right, run here. Here. All right, these are now running properly. Thank you. I actually don't need to. Yeah, cool. Creator UI, and then what is this? Genesis. Okay, so we're gonna launch the logs. We're gonna listen to the logs on Genesis. So we do need to test Genesis locally here. So let's test it. There were some updates and changes that we made. A lot that we've been doing has been agentically, but you guys are gonna start to see what I've been working on this whole time. It's been fine for Unique. Yeah, I struggle with it. If you go back yesterday, I forget what part, but literally I was trying to use it, and maybe it was just for me, maybe I just had a bad experience with it, but it was failing at tool calling. Like, literally, it was, like, not able to update the code. Like, it was, like, I can't find the tool to update the file, and it was, like, tripping up on that, which is fine. It's just something that I noticed. I was like, hey, that doesn't happen for me anywhere else, so just kind of interesting. All right, so let's launch localhost here. All right, that has not yet updated. Let's go. Where's the agent that's working on that? Yeah, I use Whisperflow. Hung said that, agreed that there are some bugs that beyond what LMs can solve, but they will get better to the point that it's not a problem anymore. elite traditional engineers are still kings for now. Yeah, for now. All right, so this is gonna have some changes. So now you can toggle on auto detect. So auto detect is toggled. I actually just don't like. So one cool thing about Cursor, so I'm gonna be using Cursor. The only thing I'm gonna be using Cursor with this month is gonna be Gemini 3 Pro. That's basically what I'm gonna be using Cursor for. So I'm gonna be using Cursor, oh wow, look at that. So guys, this is the new landing page. So virality on autopilot, AI agents that research trends, create content, and publish to every platform automatically every day. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Wow. That's sick. All right, so I'm gonna go to the creator dashboard and I'm gonna go to the AI clipping agent. And then the good thing about Cursor is, I can use tools like this one and I can say, hey, this div here, this section, if I can get it there. I don't like how this is a grid layout. I actually want clip count to be like smaller, and I don't want it to be grid. I want it to wrap under. Okay, interesting. Okay, perfect. What's take screenshot? Oh, wow. So guys, another thing that you can do in Cursor is you can literally just click take screenshot, and it adds it, like take screenshot, and it adds it to, that is new. Wow. So you can use their browser and it'll take a screenshot for you. That's new. How much does your monthly AI bill come up to? About 600. This month it may go a little bit above that just because I have Codex. Actually, it'll probably be at 600 because I'm not going to use Cursor as much this month. So, for example, I have Cursor Ultra, I have Claude Max 20X, and I also have Codex or ChatGPT Pro, which I bought just to try out the new GPT model, which is not very good. I just like totally missed my cup. Hold on, I got water all over myself, so I'll be right back. Arch Linux. Why do you want to do that? That is cool. Now, review the caption style. Would there be a way for you to preview what that caption style looks like so that they can actually choose what's best? Interesting. So we're going to start integrating end-to-end tests. Let's do moderate. Wow. Okay. Awesome. Oh my gosh, Claude is so good. It's so much better. This is not anti-gravity, no. Also, guys, let's move the desk up. Let's hit some push-ups and let's get the energy flowing. Let's go. On. Let's do this. All right, let's go. Guys, my brother just got engaged. W's in the chat for Chris. You guys remember Chris? W's in the chat. W's in the chat for Chris. That's awesome. All right. Let's do it. All right. I want you to test well, I won't be able to test a turnstile key. Ozo, I've heard that from WDN as well. All right. All right, we can test this now. Oh, this is sick. So look at this, guys. So that's awesome. So it made the contrast and it process specific time ranges. Oh, okay. So one thing about processing specific time ranges, it should only show up after the user drops in their video. So basically, it should be a slider, and it only appears when the actual video is dropped in. And on the left side of the slider, it's 0, 0, and on the right side, it's the the end time of the video, and they can adjust respectively. Limited Gaming Zone said, now finally something good appears in my feed, and that is your live, bro. Let's go, Limited Gaming. We remember your ex, Sam. Yeah. It's my turn, J35. It's my turn. J35 thinking it's my... What about monk mode? I will say, guys, I don't know if this is good news or bad news for the chat, but I'm slightly out of monk mode, guys. I'm gonna have to make a confession here. I've been on monk mode for too long. I've been monkified, and I have something to tell the chat. It's serious. I don't know what to say, chat. Monk mode may be over. All right, friend, let me check it out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I got that. I was actually thinking of that. So is he creating website apps inside Warp using Claude AI without coding? Yeah, you don't have to, yeah, coding will be, you won't code anymore. And as said, bridge plunge on the way, monk mode is over. Flawlessness said, go cheer with Chris, break monk mode for a few days, then come back strong. Yeah, well, I think now, yeah, thanks, NS, yeah. I mean, he literally just sent me the pic in the family group chat, so it was top secret, but. Dang. W. Chris in the chat. Last time I saw the slides. Wait, what slides? Wait, I don't even get that. Fix this error. Background song is too loud. All right. I mean, we're just vibing. We're grinding. How expensive is this tool? Alex just asked. I mean, I'm using multiple tools. This one's Cursor, though. What AI am I using to generate video content? I mean, there's multiple different ones that you can hook up with. In this case, though, it's what is it? VO 3.1 fast text image and image to image or image to video. Hey, vibe coding overload, let's go. Wait, I don't get what J35. He said he was over monk mode since he last saw those slides. If you know, I don't even know. I don't even get that. What slides? Slides. This is like the issue with. This is a Gemini issue. This will knock it out in the first try. Watch this. So this is the difference between Claude Opus 4.5 and Gemini. This will get it on the first try. Yeah, super combo. So I don't know if you saw that, but I actually turned your prompts into agents. So I used your prompts and then I made them agents. What's my current vibe coding tech stack? So I use Cursor, Claude Code inside of Warp, Codex inside of Warp, but it's pretty good. All right, so let's see this. So this should probably get on the first try. Come on, Claude, I was hyping you up. Good luck on your last exam, J35. Oh, that's awesome. Super combo. Thank you, by the way. How can I put all AI models work together? How can I make them work together in the same project? So how you structure that, if you look over here on the left, you can see that, you know, I have this ViewCreator here, and then it's working inside of this repo. So instead of initializing the agent inside of like a sub repo, I initialize it in like the main repo that has access to all the different agents. So that's how that works. Also, guys, we're only 104 likes away from a cold plunge. Let's do a quick sub check. Where are we at? I think we broke 20. Wait, I don't even know where we're at. We've been growing so fast. All right, we're at 12,827. Let's go, guys. All right, go here. All right, so to refresh the browser. So I was hyping up Opus here. Let's see if it failed or not. Wow. Yeah, so Opus did get it. So, I mean, that's just a point, right? A point for Opus, pretty much, right? I mean, you had Gemini, I gave it a shot at it, and then Opus was able to one-shot it. Gemini was the one that even made the code. So what was crazy is that, you know, hey, Gemini was the one that wrote the bad code, and then it couldn't even fix its own crappy code. But Opus was able to get it, you know, and I'm just starting to think like, hey, I don't want to, you know, gas up the model, but I'm like, hey, that's a pretty good model. So I think that this is going to take 28, it is 28 minutes. Okay, so watch this. This is a new feature of our AI clipping agent, guys, and I want to show it to you. I do want to move this up. Great work. I do want to move this right below, like move the positioning of the slider to right below the input for the video. Like after it calculates the credits, it should go under that. So after it does it, it'll show up. And also, you know, integrate skeleton loaders for this as well so that it loads in. Okay, so what this does is, let's say that I have like a 10-hour stream, right? I don't want to have to process the 10-hour stream because that's going to cost so many credits. So what we now did is we now made it so that you can use this slider so that it's saying, hey, it's going to go from, you know, look at this, 7 minutes to, you know, to 15 minutes, and it's going to clip from those, and then I'll just do auto detect. So now we also have auto detect. You can turn this off so it only generates, you know, 3 clips. But yeah, here's the slider, and you know, we'll have to make sure that this it works across the whole stack. But yeah, GPT 5.2 said that it's Alex Finn. I actually made a tweet. It's just kind of funny. I mean, it is, and this is why I think we're trying to do it differently with BridgeMind and everything that we're doing. But I did make a post. If you guys haven't already followed me on X, there's a link in the description. But like this Alex Finn guy is just like a fake guru. He's not a serious builder or vibe coder. He's a content creator, and he's got a lot of followers. But the thing is it's like, I don't know if he'll stay relevant or he'll last. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I just am getting tired of all these AI influencers just pumping for views and clicks. And I reposted it, and I just said this AI influencer, Alex Finn, will pump any model for views and clicks, all hype, no depth. And like, look at this. I mean, this guy, he said, ChatGPT 5.2 is an excellent model, all in caps. Way bigger than just a 0.1 upgrade. For the past day, it's been amazing for me for some incredible business ideas. It's also an amazing creative writer. And I mean, and then he like hypes the living daylights out of it, right? And you know, hey, that's fine. It's just like, yeah, these guys are all sponsored. You know, they are paid to hype it up. They are rewarded to hype it up. And I think what we're trying to do differently is we're trying to build a community of true builders. And I've already shared it, and I'll share it again. But I'm not monetizing my YouTube or any of the different platforms that I'm on. I'm not taking sponsors. And the reason that I'm doing that is, first of all, it's to make a statement. And because I think, like, hey, if you put your money where your mouth is, I mean, I could flip a switch and make $2,000 off of YouTube a month, right? I could flip a switch, boom, $2,000 coming in, right? But if I do that, what does that say about me, right? What does that make our community? Does that make me the one profiting off of your attention? Because I think if I profit off of the community, then I'm getting basically a reward. I think it just messes up what's the driving force, like the mission. The mission is to prove what's possible. The mission is to build the future. The mission is to build one of the greatest vibe coding communities on the internet. The mission is to be on the cutting edge of this technology. And I think if I want to be a good leader of the community, then that's just something that I'm going to have to say, hey, I'm going to say no to this. And I'm going to say no because I think that's just the right thing to do. And I'll continue to say that because even as this gets bigger and bigger, I think it's important that I keep that perspective. Yeah, Hunk said Theo too. They are all sponsored 100%. Imperium said that he has a lot of followers, but they're all fake subs. Do you know that in reality? I checked it. You did check it? J35 said I saw his one stream where he was saying that his app creator buddy, which is somewhat similar to VC, makes few million ARR. It's not true. It's not true. I actually checked the app out. I don't think it's true. Also, we just passed 200 likes. Thank you guys. Let's get to 300. We'll do a cold plunge almost there. MRF said, I have another question. Are you using it within Cursor? Asking the AI to make and fix changes, but doesn't that have limits? Yeah, so I mean, if you watch, okay, this did fail. Hold on, this failed here. So it was a 403. Oh, I actually do know why this is failing. Hold on here. Yeah, I forgot when I do that, it disconnects my stream. Hey, Chad said he's gonna go to a cold shower. Let's go. Yeah, there may be like a weird disconnect that I just did and caused because I disconnected it. Sorry. Well, deal with it. All right, let's process this. All right, so this should now work, and it should be pretty fast. For Stripe, are you using checkout plus webhooks? Yeah, I am. Super Combo Gamer said Theo is not bad. He does admit when he is wrong, etc. Yeah, no, that's not your end. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that when I disconnect from the VPN, it like resets my stream. So if I go over to like X, it's probably just restart another stream. I don't think it restarts like another stream on YouTube, but for X, if I go over to X, it probably just restarted another stream. Yeah, look at this. That's so annoying. I forgot that it does that. Oh well. Because in order to test this, I need to disconnect. So that's fine. It's all good. It's not what it's all about. So, Imperium said, what happened to the stream? It's all good. I was on a VPN and I refreshed, so. You may have to refresh. All right, so this is processing. This should actually go pretty fast. Let's open up Warp and see what, so here are the logs for Genesis. So do you guys see these logs here? So you can see everything that's happening. It's pretty crazy, everything that happens in this. It's a very, very robust system. Oh, exclude OBS. MRF said, keep it up. One day, can you give us some helpful things to vibe code projects? You don't know how to start? Yeah, I mean, I think that I try to do my best. I know that obviously we have a big community and a big platform, and you know, a lot of people are you know, trying to learn. Hold on, what happened here? I think an agent just ran. That's interesting. But you know, one thing that's interesting is like, hey, because I'm not necessarily trying to be a content creator, I think that from my perspective, you know, hey, the content creation, I try and do as much as I can to help people when I can, but that is not my main goal. Okay, so here is the update, but it's 89.3 tokens per second. So Opus 4.5 is twice the speed of this garbage GPT 5.2 model. And that's what I would kind of refer to it as, hey, it's okay. I mean, they did better on the leaderboards, but when you're actually vibe coding and when you're in the trenches and when you're grinding as hard as you can every single day, this makes a massive difference. And the thing about these AI models is in 2026, okay, did you see the centering was off here? There were 3 models that OpenAI dropped. So it was GPT 5.2. This one's good. This one was not good. GPT 5.2 Pro and then GPT 5.2 Chat. So we're going to get started looking at GPT 5.2. So this is the normal GPT 5.2 model. This is essentially the next upgrade of GPT 5.1 to GPT 5.2. You can see here that the context window is 400,000. Input tokens is $1.75, and then output is $14 per million. It cut off the word again. That's all right. I mean, it needs to be fixed, but yeah, I'll send these. I mean, they're going to be long. All right, I'm just going to send all the logs up here. I think the slider worked, though. I'm pretty sure the slider worked. Because weren't those from the very start of the video? Like, here, let's try this again. I just want to confirm. So, like, a couple things that we changed about our clipping agent. So, the clipping agent, first of all, incredibly difficult to build. You know, this is a very complex... It's a complex thing. And if you go here now, and let's say that we were going to do that again, right? Like, let's take this video back, and let's drop in that video again. And it's going to be able to calculate the credits here. And then we're going to have the option to now be able to actually select the time range, right? One thing to note, though, is like, hey, right now it's saying 84 credits, 28 minutes. So this is an issue. Okay, so watch this. I don't know if you guys, that's just a known issue there. Wow, we've had so many, like this agent has been working for the last 23 minutes. It's incredible. Also, guys, if you guys are just watching, you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. All right, let me go here. Okay, so one issue that I just noticed is that now that we do have this logic with the time range selector, users should only be billed for the amount of the time range. So for example, if they drop in, let's say a 30-minute video, but then are only wanting to clip minutes 10 to 20, then they should only be charged the amount of credits that it's actually processing and clipping. Review this logic respectively and come up with a solution for us to implement this accordingly and properly. Use the code-based analyst to review the code and come up with a structured list of to-dos. Yeah, exactly. Credit should recalculate. Let's go. Can you give us a guide through how each software works so we can learn from you? Yeah, I mean, I think that as you guys watch, like if you guys watch, you'll learn. You know, I'm a little bit, you know, there's people on, there's like influencers and stuff that are just constantly trying to teach people. The thing that you guys are going to get with BridgeMind is you guys are going to learn like the actual cutting edge people that are using it for difficult projects. That's what you guys are going to get here. So the live streams and everything that you guys are seeing, it's always more centered around like actual applicatory items, right? So I'm not going and I'm not making live streams all about teaching and learning, but it's more of like you guys can learn through just watching how I'm actually doing it, right? And we're learning together, and that's the importance of the community. Neek said, make sure to add a video scrub preview. Just time by itself doesn't tell much what they are clipping. Wait, so what do you mean? A video scrub preview. Just time by itself doesn't tell much about what they are clipping. Maybe you could help me understand. 10x Creator official said, nice website, man. What's your quota for the YouTube API and how long did it take you to get approved? The approval process, it was complicated, but not too bad. It took me about 2 weeks to go through the process of, you know, doing the approval, and then the quotas are pretty good. Also, speaking of quotas, let's go check the TikTok developer portal and see if we've been approved. Obviously, that's going to be a pretty big deal once we get approved by TikTok. I just want to see real quick, hey, where is that at? TikTok developer. I mean, as you guys know, we've been, oh guys, oh my gosh, guys, chat. All right, guys, we have, okay, I don't know what it is yet, but guys, we have something to report. Do you guys see this notification? We have a notification. We have a notification, chat. No, we have a notification. You guys see this? You guys see how there's a notification? Oh, I can't click it, guys. I can't click it, chat. We have a notification. I don't know if it's an approval or a rejection, but this is new. We don't know yet. I don't know. All right, chat. Let's see. Cam said just do it. I'm nervous, guys. I can't. All right. We got approved. Let's go! Let's go, chat! Let's go! W's in the chat. Let's go! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. That's insane. We did it, guys. We did it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. After over 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. That one was 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, we did it. Guys, we did it. Oh my gosh. All right. All right, let's hit some push-ups. Let's go, guys. W's in the chat. Let's go. Guys, we did it. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I mean, wow. Wow. All right, so let me see. This is amazing. So this changes everything. This changes everything. Oh my gosh. Wow. 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 All right, so believe it or not, it actually got approved. I literally didn't check yesterday. I mean, it was taking so long, I no longer was checking, but it looks like actually it's been approved since, it's been live since December 12th at 3 a.m. So, yeah, Shri X asked, is Facebook, Instagram easy to approve? I mean, if you guys remember, if you guys rewind the clock, WooCode asked, what just happened here? I just got here. What are you celebrating? So basically, I mean, guys, so one of our goals is to launch ViewCreator 2.0, and this was one of the things in that process is that, hey, we were going through the process of getting verified, and I'll just pull up ViewCreator so that you guys can, I'll just give a brief breakdown for the platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook, right? And ViewCreator 2.0 is being able to automate content across all of those platforms. And how I would rank it is I would say that TikTok and YouTube are like up there, like at that number one spot, number one, number two. But you know, the hardest one to get approved for time-wise is TikTok. So it's just, I mean, you guys can tell, like, I'm just really, really happy right now. I'm like so happy right now. Just because it was just hanging over my head that if we got rejected, then we would have to resubmit and then wait another 3 weeks. WooCode, thank you, man. But I'm just so happy right now because this sets us up so well for this, guys. This upcoming week is going to be crazy now. Guys, this week is going to be insane because basically now with the UGC team, we're going to be able to do a TikTok team as well. And I just can't believe it. I'm like just so happy right now. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. What are we at? Let's do a sub check. We're at 12,833. I mean, this is insane. I mean, 7 days. I mean, it's just the community. It's just, this is us, guys. This is us. And you know, I'm just so happy right now. So I mean, yeah, so what does this mean? So I have so this is now live, it's in production, app details. So we have login kit, we have content posting API, that's all we need, really. I haven't really, no, I do not mean anti-gravity, no. How much coffee do I drink? I drink 3 cups of coffee a day. I usually drink 2 in the morning and then 1 right before the stream. But wow, I just can't believe it, guys. I'm very, very happy about this. All right, well, do you guys want to try posting to TikTok now? Do you guys, I feel like that's now like, hey, let's see if we can do this. I think that's now on the list. Can you download and check clip dimension of that issue found? It was a normal clip appearing on like a 16:9 or 9:16. Wow, I cannot believe this, guys. So now what we can do is now I have my live keys, okay? Now I have the live keys, and what this means is now, like before, when you did not have you know, when you were only in testing, how it works on TikTok is if you're trying to connect to the TikTok API and you are in like what's called a sandbox account, when you're using their API, you have to like build the functionality, but the functionality will only allow you to like post to private accounts. Okay, so for example, you know, I had it working, but I could only post to private accounts. And the thing is like, I do have a TikTok. There's a link in the description. And shoot, hold on, it just connected to TikTok. Hold on, let me read. Okay, so check this out. So I do have a TikTok, and it's got like, you know, it doesn't have, I mean, TikTok's tough just for the, you know, what I do, but you know, 298, right? And, what this now means is what we've built now is we can now actually like over on Connect Socials, what we've had to date is like, hey, TikTok publishing requires additional verification, request access here now, right? But now that's no longer needed. We can actually update that right now. So let's go over to Warp, and this is just amazing. I can't believe it, guys. I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy. TikTok has now been approved, so you can go to the Connect Socials page in this project, and you can actually remove the logic associated with telling them that it's not approved, that they must request for verification. Wow. All right, hold on. There you guys go. Oh, you guys didn't even see that. Sorry, I wasn't showing my screen. But yeah, I mean, that actually was like, that is probably the biggest. I mean, we've had just so many wins, and I think like, you know, to everything that we've been talking about over the course of this past 100 days, having vision, staying in the arena, continuing forward, getting past the first layer of fatigue, being focused, all of these things have led to this. And this is actually the biggest win that we've had in a while. I'm going to be honest, guys. This is the biggest win, getting TikTok approved, and you guys were here for it. It was on stream. I can't believe it. Just seeing that we had one notification, that is like, I mean, that was just amazing. That was an amazing moment. Yeah, I know I can. Quentin said that you can color the tab if you want. Right click and the tabs will work. Oh, cool. Oh, that is cool. Dang. Yeah, Warp makes it like really good for like workspace management. They're like, yeah, color the tab so you can. Note that no platforms require additional verification now, so you can remove any logic associated with that. They're all verified. Yeah, TikTok's gonna be huge, guys. Especially now that like, hey, now what we can do is now we can actually do a ton of UGC, and we can do it across. And hey, this was the plan all along, right? Like, you know, like I said, with the just vision, right? It's like, hey, you know, when you're talking about vision and you're talking about, hey, you know, what is the vision? The vision is that, you know, do you guys remember back on like day 60 when we made like the TikTok ad, for those of you guys that have been, you know, around that long? And it's like, do you guys remember when we made that TikTok ad and how long it took to take or to make, and then that we put like, you know, $100 behind it and how poorly it performed, you know, and then that led us and it led us and it led us and it led us to what we have now and what ViewCreator is today. And hey, you have to just stay in the arena, and no matter the ups, no matter the downs, you just have to continue on forward. You just can't stop. You can't quit. And you know, I could have quit a long time ago, and it would have been over, right? It would have been, I would have said, oh, let's move on to a different project. You know, ViewCreator is just not it, you know, but we kept going, and now we've built just an incredible tool. And like I said, you know, the new slogan for ViewCreator is virality on autopilot, because I'm seeing it myself, because I just make one of these agents and I just turn it on, and I was like with somebody, and I was like, I was literally telling them, I was like, yeah, I have agents working for me right now on ViewCreator. They're literally, look, because I had just gotten a notification of like that a short just got posted, and I was like, yeah, they're literally working for me overtime right now. And I was just like thinking to myself in that moment, I was like, if you guys are like a content creator, or if you are a brand or a business that's trying to market yourself on social media, how can you not see the benefits of that? And it's going to get way better. But let's actually change up. I now want to test this. We're going to test this, and we're going to see if we can actually post a TikTok. We're going to see if we can post our first TikTok. So let me actually go and update the keys, the environment variable keys from the sandbox keys to production keys. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can actually publish to the we're going to see if we can publish to the BridgeMind TikTok from ViewCreator using a fully agentic automation. Okay, and then, I mean, I can't believe it. All right, let's do it. All right, so let me go to, I'm in my environment. I'm looking at my environment variables right now. So I'm going to go to TikTok, and I'm going to put the new production keys, because the sandbox keys only allow you to post, they're limited. They only allow you to post to private accounts that are like authenticated. Like you literally have to go into the back end. It is very difficult to do that. Okay, so now what I can do, now my EMVs are updated. So now I can go back over to Warp here, and I can go back to this here. And I'm now going to restart the API, and we're going to see if we can get this working. Crickstab, what's up, man? So I'm going to do this, start dev, yes. Warp is so good for they have tab commands inside of Warp. That's insane. Do you have some background programming, or is it just pure vibe coding? So Total Casino, you know, a lot of people know this, but so my background, when I first started, I was a finance major at Purdue University. I dropped out of Purdue, but for about 9 months, I was fully invested in Codecademy is how I taught myself. So I did Codecademy, and let me see if I can connect here. I don't think there's anything private, so I can just connect to this. If we can connect this right now, this is going to be the first ever TikTok connection. You guys are going to see it live. Something went wrong. Okay, that's not good. That's probably a basic issue. All right, hold on here. So what were the logs here? Oh, I know what it is. You can't test TikTok locally. You can't test TikTok locally. Okay, so what that means is that we're actually gonna have to push code, guys. We're gonna have to push code. Also, guys, if you guys are watching, have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Right now, we're at 221 likes. Oh wow, thanks for adding the stack. Thank you, Neek. Wow, nice. Wow, Neek probably needs to get promoted in Discord. Wow. Also, guys, we did pass 1,500 members in the Discord. Let's go. Yep, TikTok got approved. TikTok got approved. Huge. Huge, huge, huge. I'm actually going to ping the Discord and let everybody know, because, guys, now that we're approved, alright, I'm going to send a message out in the Discord. I'm going to say we just got approved on TikTok. Alright, we'll be streaming for a few more hours. This is huge. Alright, I'm also going to drop this here. I mean, I just can't believe I can't believe we got approved. Yeah, it actually just happened a little bit ago on stream. I'm going to drop this in. Alright. Alright, so we need to, this means that we need to push this to production. What does it actually mean to get approved by TikTok? So, literally, you know, when you integrate with these APIs, what we've found over the course of this 101 days, or I guess it's more like 81 days, but, you know, what we found is that, hey, you have to go through a pretty robust process in order to get approved, right? Like, you have to go through actually getting it working, and then you have to show them demo videos of how you use it. And for TikTok, it's pretty burdensome. I had to make, you know, the demo video, I had to first get it working, and then I had to actually make a demo video, which was like a little bit draining. It takes multiple takes, and you have to put a lot of time and effort into it. And then for it, you know, you have to then go through the approval process, and the approval process actually takes a long time. Like, it literally takes, you know, 3 weeks. And the what I was worried about, and why, you know, you guys just saw me be so happy, is that, hey, you know, we just got approved, and I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I was being honest, like, just like upfront about, hey, I was worried because, and I don't know if worry would be a good word, but hey, if we got rejected, what that would mean is that we would have to go through an additional 3-week period. So if you think about, like, hey, for Meta and Instagram, which was, you know, which is Facebook and Instagram, all we had to do, it was like a 2-day turnaround time. So we got rejected the first time around, but they came back to us so fast that I was able to fix what they wanted me to fix, and then I got approved, right? So it was actually like pretty easy. And then for TikTok, what I was worried about was, hey, if we got rejected, that would mean that I would have to make the changes, and I would have to wait an additional 3 weeks. And that's why I was a little bit worried about it, you know? What phase are we on? Would you now run the test suite and do an analysis for me? Hung said this is a multi-million-dollar SaaS, 20K MRR and Q1 next year. Let's go, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I really do believe in it, and I think that it's just so useful. I mean, like I said, I mean, I was with somebody, right? I was with somebody, and I said, right now, I've got AI agents working for me, posting content, helping me go viral, and like, that's what we've built. And I don't know if you guys see what I'm seeing, but I'm like, this tool is so useful. I mean, I produced another 12,000 views over the last couple days because of ViewCreator, because we were automating the shorts creation and the publishing of them. And that was only on YouTube. Now that we have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X, I mean, shorts aren't really that great for X, but I mean, this is going to be, I mean, we're going to blow up. Crickstev asks, what are all the AI tools that I currently have? So I use, Warp, but I have the free plan. I just use it in Claude Code, Codex, and then Cursor, and I have max plans for all of them. I can't believe it. I'm very, very happy. This made my day. I don't use Droid. What time do I wake up? It depends. I'm a big I believe in waking up as early as possible, so 5 a.m. when I can. Ronald said you can get a lot of views from TikTok than you can get from the others. I mean, I would say that YouTube and TikTok are both up there very high, but yes, I think that TikTok is huge. I think that the TikTok was probably number one, or YouTube and TikTok are both very close in my opinion. YouTube is good once you already have an existing audience, I think. Yes, use the coding agent and implement these changes. Use the code base agent B coder agent. Kesharva said, I'm on 3 hours of sleep. The coding agents are freaking good. Have fun, man. Will do, bro. Okay, awesome. Yeah, definitely send the agent framework. Yeah, I think that over time, like, I'll probably end up doing like quarterly reports and stuff. So like starting in 2026, things are going to change around here a lot in a good way. I think that like, hey, if you guys go back to day one and you guys watch that stream and you watch how this all started out, you know, you guys, I think it will build up the trust of like, I am somebody that I'm going to keep going like no matter what. And, you know, this is going to be just an incredible year. And I have things that I have planned that are just going to be great, and I just genuinely want to build. I want to build the best vibe coding community on the internet. Period. And I think how we do that is we're already doing that We're doing it through building the community that's authentic and engaged. And, you know, I just think that there's a lot of people that are in the situation that I'm in, which is, you know, you have the audience and you have, you know, the viewership. And then it's just, I mean, I was even talking to one of my professors, as you guys know, yesterday was my last day at Purdue, and my professor, he knows, because I told him, I was like, yeah, I hit 10,000, and he was like 10,000. He's like, man, you can make some good money from that, can't you? And you know what I told him? I said, you know, it's not all about the money. There's other things, you know, there's other reasons and other purposes that people can be doing stuff. And I just think that, you know, if you look out and you say, hey, you know, what do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? And if we work backwards from what we want to accomplish, okay. Gotcha. Okay, I'll pull those changes. Thank you, Akshay. But, you know, here's the way I see it. If we work backwards, like, what do we want to do? What do we want the Bridgevine community to become, right? And if we work backwards from what we want it to become, and what do we want it to become, right? Well, first of all, I do not want to make this community... I'm going to lead the community, but the thing is I think there is a very big difference between having an audience and leading a community. And I think that you have an audience when you make it all about you, and you don't, like, I think that it becomes a community when, for example, you give people opportunities. For example, you know, building the Vibe Coding Super Team, our mod team is going to be transitioned to fully paid. Our UGC team is going to be paid, and all of these people are going to have opportunities because of what we're building together as a community. Does that make sense to you guys? Because, hey, you know, if I was... you know, a content creator just trying to make a bunch of money off of content creation, then I would be hungry for views. It would all be about, you know, hey, creating the most high quality videos to get more views. Like, all my videos are pretty much just me riffing off of, like, just what I naturally organically think. I don't put very much time or effort into, like, editing. And hey, if maybe we can even build things into ViewCreator where we can automate video editing, you know, where people that have like very little resources can improve their content. I don't know, but you know, I think that we're doing something special here. And which tools do I recommend for mobile app coding? I don't really do that, so I can't really recommend any. There's a lot in the space though, like Rourke, Vibe Code app. They're all kind of the same in my opinion. They're not really there yet, to be honest. I think NS has some thoughts on that. But yeah, I mean, like, the way I look at it is like, hey, what do we want to accomplish? What do we want this community to become? And then how do we work backwards from there, right? And like, hey, we want to take this community, and I'm not kidding. I think that we can get this community, like, I think we can grow the YouTube to like 500,000 easily. I think over the next couple years, 1 million. I think that we can get the Discord to probably 50,000 to 100,000 members. And that's, like I said, you know, have vision. I think that you have to have that vision to be able to understand where you want to go and what you want to do. And, wow, all of the tests are passing. That's crazy. So are all of the tests passing? Run the test suite again and show me a nice formatted table. Yeah, Leo's live. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any like really good ones. I think they want it to be there, right? Like, I think that, you know, Vibe Code app or Rourke or all these applications, they're like, hey, you know, XYZ end to end, you know, works for all. But right now, I actually don't think that that technology is there yet. I think it will be there. I think that they're on the right track. I do think that that is a super, super competitive space. First of all, it's an incredibly competitive space. I mean, there are so many, yeah, like anything, Vibe Code app, Rourke. Okay, all of our tests are passing. Awesome. Great. Are there any additional tests that we could create to better handle edge cases, do another in-depth analysis using the analysis agent? But yeah, I wonder, I'm curious as to how those companies are going to do like 5 years from now, because there's a ton of competitors in the space and they all do the same thing. But I do believe that that probably is where things are headed. I think it's going to get easier and easier to build, for sure. I'm a little bit, we haven't pushed to main in a bit, but I think we're going to have to push to main to test TikTok. I think we need to push to production. What analysis agent are you using? I set it up on stream. It's actually, there's, we can probably share the prompts that we use. I don't know if Super Combo's still here, but Super Combo Gamer, he's a respected member of the community. He shared that with me. We can probably share that though. All right, Aperium, I did pull that code, so I'm going to rebuild this now. So let me go here. All right. But yeah, I would say that one of the biggest reasons that I'm doing this is because, you know, if you go back to the My Vision video, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's literally a video that I made when I was still like a junior in college. It was made over 2 years ago at this point, and I was basically on a video. I was saying that exactly what the mission and the vision that we're on now. Oh, they're in general. Thank you, Super Combo. I appreciate it. So, you know, I think for me, a huge driving factor, like to that point. All right, so this is now done. I now need you to rebuild and restart the Genesis Docker container so I can test it. You know, if you go back to that My Vision video, it's literally a video of me 2 years ago, basically it's the vision that I had when I first, for why I started this, right? I want to prove what's possible. I want to show people that it's possible to do something like this and what it truly takes to do it. And I think that there's a lot of people that, you know, they are content creators and they're hold on here. Hold on. But, you know, they're doing a lot of stuff where they're like, you know, I'm going to show you how you can, you know, basically get rich quick. And I'm like, that the reason I combat that and I get frustrated with it is because that's why people are hating on vibe coding and they're hating on, you know, everything that's happening, is because AI to a lot of people that don't really like, let's say if you watch somebody like Alex Finn, it just comes across as like guru scam, you know? And I'm like, can we actually have an effect on that and change that? Can we change that? Can we actually, you know, be on the cutting edge of this and help build the future and show people like, no, like this is actually what it looks like, you know, this is what it takes. This is the process. This is how long you should expect something to take. This is the workflow. And like, can we do it right as a community? And can we help each other? And can we, I don't know. I think you guys get what I'm saying, but it's like, hey, you know, we just have to be on the cutting edge. And I think that we're going to help pioneer this industry if we can continue to do what we're doing. So, you know, Hung said, respect to the builders who create content to share, not the content creators who build to pretend. Yeah, that's very well said, Hung. All right, so here is that slider. So you can see here now, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can understand this logic. So why did we create the slider? Let's say that I dropped in a 10-hour stream, right? That would cost so much. That would cost so many credits, right? It would cost so many credits. But there's only one, I can only drop in a URL, right? So we had to build the logic of having this selector range. And what this does is let's just go and let's just do like a 1 minute, or let's just do the very end of the video, right? Let's just do 3 minutes, the very last, or let's just do the last minute. I'm not even kidding, just the last minute. And then what we'll do is we'll just do a 15 to 30 second clips, auto detect, here's the caption style, create. And this is gonna actually probably build very quickly. So now that it's created, I can go over here and I can watch this process. How do you track security vulnerabilities and bugs like this? Yeah, so Aperium said that AI agents will track and on GitHub track, yeah. So the thing that a lot of people talk about security, and the thing is that, you know, the AI is an extension of the developer. So if you understand what to look for, if you know this is security vulnerabilities, like I can tell the AI agent to be able to do a scan of my API routes and make sure that there are no API routes that aren't like off guarded. Or that there are no API routes that are still not being rate limited. Or I can have an AI agent go out and create a web application firewall on AWS, right? And I can make that go in front of my load balancer for my, you know, my ECS service that's running, right? And I think that, you know, a lot of people talk about security. A lot of people talk about AI slop. They talk about the UI looking bad. But I mean, I think that, it's just build, iterate, you continuously improve, you continuously make things better, and obviously this is the future of software development, and I think that we're on the cutting edge of it, and we just have to keep going, we have to keep pushing, we have to keep showing up every day. Yeah, TikTok news is big. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so we do need to like start to position things. I'm gonna pull up. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up VS Code real quick. I'm gonna just pull up. I want to make sure that my EMVs don't get spilled here. Okay, perfect. All right. So all of these are building. I think that we're good to push. It has been a couple days since we last pushed. Yeah, and Ricky said, "Congrats on TikTok. That wait was insane." Yeah. I was very. I don't know what the best word for it would be, but I was, okay. This is something that we need to note here. 335 million. Okay, all right, so this is actually not clipping, this is not actually clipping the correct section of the video. Do you guys see that? So I changed that, Aperium, I don't know if you're still here, I think you are, but if you look at this, look at how it's behaving. So I dropped in, like, let me here, I'll show you. You can go back here, and I did drop in, for example, this here, right? It calculates the credits, and then you can use the slider to select the time range. And I did go here, right? But if we go to the clips, it's a clips from the start of the video. It actually makes GPT models usable again, because before they were unusable. It didn't even make sense to be using GPT models. But now you can look at the frontier, you can say, okay, that does call into question, could you be using them and implementing them in some way, shape, or form? I would say yes, but overall, couple bugs. I'm not impressed. I don't think that this is gonna switch to my main model. I'm gonna continue to use Opus 4.5. Also, again, cutting off the words, you know, it needs to, look, use Opus 4.5. It can't cut it off mid 4.5. You see what I'm saying? So, like, things that are wrong right now, if I would just to list them with the clipping agent, you know, I'll just message here. Okay. I think UI passing is wrong, too. All right. Okay, I'll do a, hold on. Okay, so the UI may be passing that wrong. I need you to review how the UI and the API is passing the duration of the video or the time range of the video that was selected. I believe that it may not be sending it properly. So review testjob.py inside of do in-depth analysis of how this should be getting received. Also, then review. All right, the creator API there, and then yeah. Use the analysis agent and confirm that this is passing correctly. Well, Aperium, remember, it's the API is passing to the so the front end needs to pass to the API, which then needs to properly pass to Genesis. That's how the flow works. So we're just gonna need to make sure. So the connection that would be a little bit more concerning is probably the one from the API to Genesis, right? But we'll see. I think we're ready to push, though, guys. I think we're... Maybe we can get this working, but... I like Warp more than Cursor. Well, the thing that I use Warp for is I am using Warp for... I'm using Warp as almost like an agentic UI, right? Because these are all just Claude Code agents that are running inside of Warp. With Warp, it's just very, very easy to like build workspaces. So like, watch this. And this is new, right? And I think this goes to say like, hey, you have to stay on the cutting edge of this because this is new, new in terms of a new workflow for me personally. There are a lot of you that have been saying to try it. And once I tried it, I was like totally hooked. But I don't have to pay anything for this, but watch this. I can literally go, like, let's say I want to create an agentic workspace, right? Watch this. Boom, boom. There's 3 agents, and I can do, boom, 4 agents, 5 agents, 6 agents, and they're all managed in unison. They get labeled. I can drag and drop them up here. I can navigate in between all these different workflows. So I'm literally can go to these different tabs, and they're all structured workspaces. Okay, yes, begin implementing these. What's warp? You can look it up for like their exact. It's like an IDE for vibe coding. So we did integrate the concept of memory. So output a diagram to help me completely understand how memory works. So look at this. Now it says memory diagram. So that's just like one thing about warp. Like, hey, now it says memory diagram up there at the top, which is great. Okay. Continue with these tests, please. All right, but I'll shut that down. This one here. It says that it's correct, Aperium. Yeah, so you can see that it passes start time seconds, start time, end time seconds. It passes that to the API, and then the API then passes that to Genesis, start time seconds, end time seconds, number null. So review the code. Why is it not properly doing it? For example, I tested one of the videos and I selected a time range at the end, and instead it actually clipped sections from the beginning of the video. Why did this happen? Do an in-depth review using the code-based analyst agent. All right, let's see if we can find the source of this. Okay. Okay, I'm not really. We can shut this one down. I don't want this one anymore. Okay, so here is the memory logic. Okay, so all right, hold up. All right, hold up. There you go. I think there's spaces in your workflow for both Claude and Cursor. I have both. The thing about Cursor is that, hey, if you're using a model like Opus 4.5, which you should be using Opus 4.5, you know, I would just say that, hey, you're probably going to run out of, you're going to run out of your usage very quickly on that. All right, so memory. So here's a diagram. Wow, so it learns patterns. All right, so I just want to try one of these agents real quick. So let's go to X test, right? And so yeah, so this will be a good test. So let's run this agent. And also, like, just watch if it fails or not, you know? So here. Also, if you guys are watching and have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. How many likes are we at? Because I think we're getting close to a cold plunge. All right, we're at 241 likes. And look at this, guys. You know, our clipping agent, you know, ViewCreator made this, right? 14 likes, 722 views. And I think what I'm, you know, why we're changing the slogan, and we didn't really even have a slogan of ViewCreator before, but literally the slogan of ViewCreator is now, the web search task failed. Interesting. Oh yeah, that did fail. We knew that was going to fail anyway. Virality on autopilot. That is the slogan of ViewCreator. Virality on autopilot. And why is that the slogan? Well, you know, hey, if I'm a creator or I'm a brand or I'm a social media marketing manager, I can now upload things to the content bank, or I can create these agentic workflows to create the AI content for me. And I can run them at scheduled times. And the agents, like, I'm not kidding. I was telling my professor, I was like, because he was asking me, so like, he didn't know that, I guess, that we had such a big platform. I mean, the thing is when I initially, like this semester, when I decided to drop some of my classes and be like done, right? I decided to say, like that was when we were at maybe like literally 3,000 subscribers. When we were at 3,000 subscribers, I was like, okay, I need to like stop wasting my time going to Purdue University. I need to like focus in on this. I need to be going hard every day, right? That's what I thought to myself. And we started doing that, and yeah, I mean, we had no idea that we'd be able to get to where we've gotten now in such a short amount of time. But I showed him, and I was like, yeah, I'm at like 10,000 or now 12. I mean, I literally told him that I was at 10,000, and then the next week we were at 12. And he was like, how are you doing that? And I was like, while we're talking right now, I have AI agents that are like publishing content for me. And it does make a difference, just so you guys know. Like, when you have agents that are literally working for you in the background, I mean, it's just incredible. So here's the agent that we made. So look at this. It's so bad right now. That's kind of funny, though. It's funny how bad it is. All right, I just deleted that. Okay, so we need to push this. I'm worried about the clipping agent, to be completely honest. I'm worried that we're about to break something. But honestly, guys, I think we need to push. We just need to push. Hold on. Let's actually do a quick workflow real quick and just do build, npm run build in a couple different projects. So, hold on. Run npm run build followed by an npm run test and confirm that the project is building and that all tests are passing. If anything is failing or if tests are failing, then fix it by, yeah. All right, and then I'm gonna go here. And these already, I'm pretty sure these don't need any optimization. They should be fine. But just to confirm, but guys, we need to push this code and we need to test TikTok. We just need to push. Hold on. Oh, oops. Run npm run build and fix any build errors. We just got to push. Sometimes you just got to push P. Push prod. Run npm run build and fix any build errors. npm. I hate how Whisperflow just like gets that incorrect sometimes. It's been doing that more. Like, do you guys remember EMV bears? Like it'll just cache what something sounds like and it'll just like stick to it. It's really annoying. Run npm run build and fix any build errors. All right. Cool. Okay, so all are passing. So 63 test suites, 493 tests are all passing. All 62 pages were generated, so it looks like these are all building. Looks good. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to run this. Yeah, the EMV bears run. Also, what's good, Lynn? It's good to see you, bro. All right, let's go. All right, so I'm gonna deploy, guys. We're pushing P. Let's do it.
Believe it or not, I don't think that I pushed any code yesterday. So I think I think it's gonna be my first day in the Git chart in literally months that I missed a day. RIP. RIP to the streak, guys. What happened to monk mode, am I right? Alright. Oops. Alright, so let me now pull up GitHub. And we'll be able to test TikTok now. I do need to change I need to go to AWS and actually add the new production environment keys for TikTok. All right, so let me log into AWS. I mean, I will say it feels to me like we're right on schedule. I mean, when we set out on kind of the transition, I don't know what, like, for those of you that have been, you know, watching for a while now, it's like, hey, I would say the biggest pivot that we took with this project to date was when we decided to integrate directly with all of the social media APIs. Like, I remember it was when Composer 1 first came out, and we went for it with Composer 1, and remember when we, like, built the initial YouTube integration, like, insanely fast, and how big that was? We were like, what? We were like, that was crazy. And we were able to do it so fast. That was probably the biggest project pivot that there was. Because previously, you know, when you can't actually integrate directly with those APIs, it does make a big difference. Because if you're not integrated with the APIs, what good does your product actually do, right? I think that's a question that you need to ask, is like, hey, if you can't integrate directly with the APIs, how are you gonna actually make that product worthwhile? It doesn't go end to end, right? You can only create content, export it, and then have to go on and, you know, then post directly on, like, your phone or your computer or whatever. And that just is, like, pretty. Thank you, Brother Codes. Brother Code said you killed it. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. I can't believe about the TikTok. I mean, you said it, Brother Codes. I mean, I will say that, you know, Brother Codes, shout out to him, because he was actually the first person. I still remember your chat when you were like, dude, you got to get the YouTube API, you know? And you were like, it only takes a couple days. And I was like, really? And then I remember I didn't listen initially, but then I came around to it and I was like, let's give it a shot, right? And I remember that we just got it really quickly, and then that kind of spurred on us to go through and do all the other networks as well. And remember, we were trying to decide whether or not we should go through, like, a third-party API, and we decided against it. And I mean, what a journey, you know. And just to be able to, I mean, that, like, is just such a part of the mission, to just be able to look back and say, yeah, this is what we've accomplished. This is what it looked like. We shared the entire process, and I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just am still, like, regardless of the outcome, I'm just proud of what the community's accomplished and how far we've come. And yeah, I'm just excited for the future, guys. Let me pull this up. So now what I'm doing is I'm waiting to push the API in the database, because I want to make sure that I'm going to update the key first for TikTok. So I'm going to grab my TikTok key and then upload that, because the production and sandbox key are very different. So let me add the production key now in the API, and then we'll push that code as soon as I've added it, just so it's, you know, right there. But TikTok right there, boom. Production key just went in. The TikTok win is the biggest win we've had all week, though. Cortex said, hey, bro, every day I come and I like and go. Let's go, Cortex. Appreciate you, man. GeoDevSpace said, congrats, bro. I'm happy for you. Thank you, man. Jesse, we did do it. Brother Code said, now you got TikTok approved. You're golden. Yeah, we got all 5. We're collecting them like infinity stones, guys. Let's go. Imperium, I'll check the DM. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. I got you, Akshay. Appreciate you, bro. All right, so this is now ready. So now we're going to do API. Yeah, well, we did do LinkedIn, Neek. We did do LinkedIn, but I kind of pulled back a little bit, because I was like, hold on. Like, that's feature creep a little bit. LinkedIn, like, come on. LinkedIn. Really? LinkedIn. Is that needed? Nah. LinkedIn is not needed. Because that's scope creep. Because it's like, why are you integrating LinkedIn? It's just another feature that you're gonna have to maintain. LinkedIn doesn't really fit what we're trying to do. Hey, Flawlessness. Flawlessness said, but beside the TikTok W, I would say the biggest W goes for Chris this week. All right, guys, you know what I'm going to do? All right, everybody drop a W Chris in the chat, and I'm going to screenshot the chat and send it in, like, my family's group chat so that everybody can see the W. Everybody drop a W Chris in the chat. I want to see, like, crazy W. Just drop W Chris in the chat and, like, spam it. And I'll record it and then send it to, like, our family group chat. W Chris. Not just W, but W Chris. W Chris. Hold on. I'll keep going, guys, because I'm going to screen record it. Hold on here. Hold on. All right, keep going, guys. Keep going. Hold on, I need to get a screen recording. I'm gonna get a screen recording. So hold on. It's recording. Hold on. Do it. Just keep going. I'll tell you guys when to stop. Keep going. All right, it's recording. Hey, let's go. All right, keep it going, guys. W Chris in the chat. Keep going, guys. Keep going. It's a big day for Chris. Oh my gosh. Let's go, chat. W Chris. All right. That's good. That's hilarious. All right, it's recording. Hey, let's go. All right. All right, hold on. Where did that go? That was awesome, guys. All right, I got it. I'm sending it to him. Thank you, guys. That's good. That's awesome. All right, we're good. J35. J35 won't stop. All right, so let's now check up on the, I'll let you guys know. You had it on auto. All right, so this looks good. Hold on, I'll show you guys the video that I just sent. That's so funny. Cortex, we do have a Discord server with over 1,500. Yeah, crazy army. Yeah, if you haven't already joined the Discord, there's a link in the description as well as in the chat, pinned to the chat. Vikas, what's up? We're all working on like different projects and stuff, but I'm working on ViewCreator.ai. All right, so I did just push main, so we want to test stuff in production now. I want to make sure that we're good on like stuff like onboarding and whatnot. We did make a lot of changes, so there could be some bugs. All All right, I want to show you guys what I sent in the group chat. This is so funny. All right, so I just sent this. I'll let you guys know what Chris thinks. Hold on, this is what I sent. All right, it's recording. Hey, let's go. All right, keep it going, guys. W Chris in the chat. Keep going, guys. Keep going. It's a big day for Chris. I'm reacting to myself reacting. Let's go, chat. W Chris. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. That's cool. Beach Job, what's up? All right. All right. So API did push. Let's make sure database migrations ran. All right, everything's up to date, guys. Up to date, up to date. So that means we got to test the living daylights out of it now. Whoa, that didn't update, did it? Amplify. Hold on. The front end didn't update, so I'm just checking to see. Is it just still... said that it... Oh, I didn't... Hold on here. J35 said, when are you getting engaged? I want to spam W Matt. I don't know. Probably not anytime soon. Yeah, Hung said there's no other platform that has more NCPs like LinkedIn. Every time I visit that site, I get depression. Yeah. I mean, it is crazy. It's like, hey, like people just, it's just like the corporate. I mean, there's people that, I mean, I don't want to like make people feel bad if you're in that world. I mean, if you're in that world, then you're in that world. It's all right. Just for me personally, I am not a fan. I'm just not a fan personally. How old is Chris? He's like 2 years older than I am. Yeah, he's my older brother. All right, let me use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's do a quick sub check. Where are we at? Where's the, is this analytics anywhere? Hold on, let's go here. Where are we at? Okay, let's go here. So we were at 12,845. Now we're at right here. All right, if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's go. All right, I'll be right back. Vikas said that I think people think LinkedIn will get them jobs and stuff, so they show their most pro side, but those motivated quotes on that feels dystopian and stuff. Yeah. All right, so UI is deploying here. All right.
All right, so this is building. I'm a little bit concerned about some of the updates that we made to the onboarding process, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. I did make a lot of updates. I probably am going to need to test a couple things like off stream. We're at 3 hours and 50 minutes on this stream. We just pushed a bunch of stuff to prod, so I do need to do a lot of stuff related with AWS. So I actually think that this may be a good stopping point for today, especially since obviously my brother just got engaged, so I may give him a call. But you know, I need to test some stuff in AWS. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. I'm gonna stop here for today. But yeah, let's stop for today. We do have the project sharing event tomorrow at 2. I did hear that we are going to be doing, like, I do have, because my brother did just get engaged, so I think that maybe there may be something tomorrow that we're doing to celebrate. So I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord. Obviously, that's pretty important, so want to make sure that I'm not absent for that. But really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, today, big wins. Just pushed everything to production, so I'll be online. But yeah, I think I need to sort some stuff out in AWS and also give my family a call. So with that being said, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow or Monday, depending just on, obviously there's stuff going on in my personal life. So with that being said, let's go, guys. TikTok approval, huge day.